Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live. We are live on a Feel Good Friday. We got WWE SmackDown tonight. We are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we have all your coverage. We're going to do a whole bunch of coverage tonight because we got a little bit of GCW in the mix. We got AEW Rampage, but the go-home show for SummerSlam tomorrow night. Me and that pretty face are going to give you all your alternative commentary all night long. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Do not go anywhere. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. This is your alternative commentary for WWE SmackDown tonight. We have all the rumors, all the news. We're going to get into all this fun stuff. Who's in Detroit? Who's not in Detroit? It's not just B Rabbit hanging out, but we're going to get into all of it here, folks. I see the chat filling up. I hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. But as always, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. And that's my buddy.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might recognize me from such films as The Bloodline Turns, CM Punk Watches the Rocky films, and the musical. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrasslin for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and we got Friday Night SmackDown, the go-home show before the biggest night of the biggest party of the summer.
I thought you were going with, hi, my name is what? My name is.
I should have. Oh, my God.
That's what I thought you were doing. Now you were like, hi. And I was like, here you go.
Now you know what's coming tomorrow.
There you go. A preview into tomorrow, folks. But like Nick said, we got SmackDown tonight. We are on a little bit early. As always, we are the pre-show of the pre-show most days. But we're going to get into a lot of the hot topics. I see the chat already filling up. So keep it coming. Make sure you like, subscribe. Check out all our links below. Check out all our videos. Luna just dropped her favorite five SummerSlams of all time. And we got more original content coming your way, more interviews. We got another interview dropping on Sunday with Ray Pittman. Folks, if you're not following us yet, what are you waiting for?
It's free, it costs you nothing, and big things popping, little things stopping up to something season never sleeps. Steve D, what up? Steven Chambers, what up? Ronnie, what up? We got Jake. We got Steven Elimination Chambers in the chat. We got Bonkers. We got James. We got Boston. We got Ronnie. We got Big Dog. We got Rocco. We got everybody and everybody.
Swimmy, Swami, Swanson, Sampson.
Right, and we still got people filling in. Rory, evening, fellas, up, y'all. Finally have some time to actually sit down and check some wrestling out.
Yeah, been a minute, my guy.
Kayla, what up?
What's up, Kayla?
But so what do we want to talk about first? Because there's so much popping off.
There is so much popping off. I mean, I think the place we can start with is SummerSlam and the fact of now we're getting reports of Bray Wyatt's cautiously out for a foreseeable future. Randy Orton might be in Detroit. Robert Roode is a producer and in Detroit. Very interesting times.
Very interesting. See, I've heard rumors and speculations that maybe Bray could show up. I've heard the rumor thrown out there that Logan Paul could be the person that Bray Wyatt comes back and goes after first.
Shut the really?
Anyone will say anything at this point, I feel. It's much like, still like with Randy coming back. Randy still, from what I've heard and seen, is far from medically cleared to come back.
Yeah, there's been no word on that. Also, reports came out. I read them this afternoon about, Big E and being very cautious and perhaps being advised that wrestling is no longer a thing for him.
I heard him talking about being a color commentator, which, yes,
amen.
Absolutely.
Let's go. We need some personality on the tables.
Right.
I'm all for that. That would work. And it would be unfortunate. I mean, he's a good guy. He would have a huge chance when he returned as far as getting a push. And if he's done, I mean, I think keeping him around wrestling in some way, shape, or form would be good for wrestling.
Well, and even then, we've seen Bryan Danielson come back and have a career after he had to retire for a bit. Edge has clearly come back and done that. So there's nothing saying even to have to step away for a while that he's done. Never say never in wrestling.
Well, never. And I mean, you even talk about a guy like Braun Strowman just went through neck fusion surgery, and people have come back from it. But I mean, it's a very fragile part of your body and a very sensitive procedure.
Well, could be why we got Bobby Roode coming back now, allegedly as a producer, at least for what was it? Parts of Sam and Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I think Robbie Roode, good old Canadian,
good old Bobby.
Right, he has a great mind for it. So if he's involved in the wrestling, I'd be thrilled. I mean, it would be very unfortunate if he was done, but he's a guy that I could see being a manager, like taking a couple young stars under his wings and still cutting really amazing promos.
Oh, absolutely. That very much that old school vibe. I almost want to say it. I almost wonder if he went to AEW, maybe he could help out a bit, maybe be on Collision. Him and FTR. I dig it. They have that same type of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely work. And I mean, again, like, you know, Bobby Roode Inc. or some shit like that. I mean, it would fly. And
right.
So we'll see. I mean, you know that the dirt sheets, especially our Uncle Dave, is lost his goddamn mind. And continually, almost on a daily basis, gets proved to be full of shit. And then you know, and on top of that, you have the people inside WWE that seem to be okay with leaking bullshit out because they know it's going to get reported. And when we all look left, they go right. And it's happened before. It could happen with any of these stories. Bray could show up. Randy could show up. Who knows?
Like we said for the longest time, is they're working the dirt sheets. They're working the smart marks and everything 100% because all somebody has to do is get a Dave Meltzer, a Brian Alvarez, and SRS, which normally Fightful is pretty accurate. But for them to leak something out or to report something and the internet takes it as gospel.
Yep.
Then again, when Vince Russo is calling out Meltzer on his bullshit, I think we've gone fait accompli with that at this point.
I mean, Dave Meltzer has the like trifecta of wrestling personalities, you know, square in his rectum between Cornette, Bischoff, and Russo. Like that's like the three-headed monster coming after you, man.
I was gonna say, all you're missing is Vince. You got the four horsemen of the apocalypse there.
I'm sure Vince doesn't like him either.
Oh yeah.
What was the one story he had reported? It'll bounce back in my head. Something.
No, you're good. Here we go. I will run through more of the chat.
Yeah,
Alexis, what up?
Yeah.
Steven saying prayers go out to Steve-O, Mongo McMichael in intensive care with ALS, sepsis, and pneumonia. I had not seen that, but very much T's and P's to Mongo.
Mongo McMichael.
Right.
He's been unwell.
What up? What?
He's been unwell for quite a while, which is it's sad. So
yeah, to see a guy like that, former Chicago Bears legend, I believe NFL Hall of Famer, to have ALS and just go that way. It's kind of sad.
It's heartbreaking.
But on a side note, we do have him to thank for Deborah Mongo McMichael.
Yeah, it's very true.
Right. Everybody's just saying what up to each other. What up? Any word about The Rock? What do you think about that?
I still have my doubts on The Rock. I really do. I think The Rock comes back to WWE when he really feels like it's time, if he does. And again, him coming back to take on Waller seems to be mind-blowing to me, like of not in a good way, Nick.
Yeah, no, that's one of those when you have Roman right there. Like, granted, some people have said maybe he does double duty. I doubt it. But when you have the Roman situation right there for the grasping and you give him Grayson Waller, oh, that's not good. Now, granted, I heard a report saying that all of the Anawahi family is going to be in attendance for tribal combat between Roman and Jay. So if we don't even get Dwayne, we could still get Rikishi. We could get Afo. We could get Sika. I could see this more potentially leading to a Roman Rock situation, but do we do that now? Because then where's Cody go?
Well, I still think Cody's going to be tied up with shit. Like maybe, and
Well, I'm looking. When
yes.
do you do Roman versus Rock if you don't do it at Mania?
Would you do it into Survivor Series? But Roman goes over the Rock, which you would imagine.
Where the Rock made his debut.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Is it an anniversary coming up? We never know. They'll be like, it's the 75th anniversary of when Dwayne raised his eyebrow.
Right. No, I mean, I think it's very interesting what you do with the Rock if he did come back. And maybe that's why they're thinking if he makes an appearance and beats up, I think it'd be cool, even if he's not back, if he was just part of the tribal council, because I mean, it's just he just shows up and sits there, and everyone's like, "Oh my god!" But they don't. There's no anything. Maybe he hugs.
No acknowledge him. He doesn't get a mic. No nothing.
Yeah, no heat or anything. Just
cameo appearance.
This awkward kind of casual. Okay, they seem okay with each other at the moment, but nothing to go either way. But I will say this, and we talked about this last night, Nick. I feel like the one mistake they've made since WrestleMania and shifting to this Jey Uso storyline or the Bloodline imploding storyline is we keep getting these tribal things each week that aren't really tribal, like tribal court. We were more ready for court than they were. Like,
it's the theming is lacking very much here, I guess.
Right.
That's what we're really getting at is you could do better, be better.
So
We've seen them go all out for like I think it was actually Cornette said they'll make it look like a goddamn, hotel lobby for Grayson Waller's segment and everything. But
we had a fucking vote 2 weeks ago.
Well, and then we have the rules of engagement, and we get a marble table with just regular office chairs and a regular contract.
Yeah. Where's the tiki torches? Where's the hula skirts? We're like, what are we doing here? Come on now.
Not to get full stereotypical, but
I'm in trouble.
Well, Steve G saying it's being reported also that Rhea's upset not wrestling at the SummerSlam card.
I don't believe it.
I haven't seen that. I've seen more people upset that she's not on there, but she's there, and also that Trish and Becky are not on the card.
Yeah, I don't know why so many people who keep in mind the Trish Becky storyline has taken a shit ton of heat online. And we don't like it, it's shit, it's not gonna be on SummerSlam. What the fuck? Wait, you can't have both. But I'm okay. They announced it for 2 weeks in Canada. And again, for you and I who cover all these shows, we talk about it a lot. Like, I mean, you get in that pocket of 8-9 matches, you're happy. You give us a 3-hour major pay-per-view, we're really thrilled. When you start pushing it into the 4th, 5th hour, we start getting exhausted, even as diehard fans. So you knock off a couple things that are less compelling and save it for a Raw. I'm okay with that.
Well, and then you build up your Raw, gives you something to look at for a Monday Night Raw. Like we've said before, it's kind of that AEW syndrome of they have 15 matches on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And that's not including the 3 that they have on the pre-show. So by the time you get to the main event, you're burnt out. You're more of just hoping stuff moves along fast. You get a lot of super quick matches that really, when they really deserve time to breathe. Like we have a battle royal, we have Ron and Shayna, MMA rules. We have Gunther versus Drew. We have Seth versus Finn, Cody versus Brock, Roman versus Jay. All of those matches feel like they call for getting a good amount of time.
Yep.
So when you keep it at like 8, like we've said, that 8, 7, 9, at most 10, if you're including the pre-show, like range, that's really your optimal size for making a pay-per-view still feel like a pay-per-view.
Well, yeah. And again, and you and I have talked about this before, even with WrestleMania, of like, I don't think participation in a pay-per-view is a participation, medal. Like you're on the roster, you get to be on. Like we see people on some of the AEW pay-per-views that we hadn't seen on TV in weeks. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So, and again, I think that you can't have everything. You really can't. And Rhea's going to be there as part of the other storylines, so she'll be on the show. I'm sure she's fine with it. I know there was reports that she was late to her signing today.
Oh, somebody said that in the chat, I think.
Oh, did that come up in the chat too? But yeah, I mean, and then people are like, oh, what does it mean? Shit happens. I don't know. Maybe she had some bad Taco Bell. Maybe she wasn't feeling good. Maybe she just got lost. Like maybe her flight was delayed. Like people,
not to mention, imagine their schedules.
Yeah, people read too much into things. You really think Rhea Ripley's sitting in her hotel saying, I'm not going because you didn't put me on SummerSlam? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. And it goes back to like what you were saying there initially of the reason they're pay-per-view is because they're matches that are built to. They have a good story. It's supposed to feel special. Like this is number 3 out of the now, I guess, instead of the big 4, the big 5 this year. So everything on the card right now feels important. Not saying some of these matches don't, but like Becky and Trish has had way more build than a Rhea versus Raquel match. That respect to Rhea, respect to Raquel. That doesn't that wouldn't have enough time to be a build. You get it on a pre-show and people be pissed about that. And you save some of these matches for your weekly shows too, as well. That builds them up.
And in addition to that, Nick, in 4 weeks, and pretty much 4 or 5 weeks, we have another pay-per-view. Right? So we're going to get Rhea and Raquel most likely at Payback. We're going to get, we might get, I don't know if we can continue this Becky Trish thing.
I hope it doesn't last that long unless we get somebody else involved, like a Mickey or a Lita.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I think that's to your point of, again, don't blow your wad all in, at once. Spread some shit out. Time.
Pause.
And again, I'm not really sad. Like, oh, I wish we could get a 3-minute Trish Becky match in this thing. No, give me quality over quantity any day.
Absolutely. But speaking of quality over quantity, Steven says, is that belt on the line the top right corner at SummerSlam? Yes, right above me here as I can figure this out. Yes, that title is on the line. TJ Hook is defending it in the predictions championship. And we're going to see if he can be the first ever retaining, because everybody that's had the championship has then proceeded to lose it at the next pay-per-view.
It's true. We have not had any return champions, and we haven't had any 2-time. I think someone claimed to be a 2-time champion, but they lied. We haven't had
five-time WCW champion,
but no 2-time champions yet. So keep it up. It's going to be fun. Get into the chat tomorrow, and remember, you get bonus points for those super chats.
And speaking of the super chats, by the way, I was just going to say, because we've had the chat fill up and we've talked a lot and we've had to miss a few and everything. We do have the super chats, the super stickers, and we have the membership too. If you want to stand up, show up, and show out, because that's what the show's about. And everything goes right back in the channel. Just helps us get to where we can do bigger and better things. Why?
It's true, man. And we just keep hitting milestones thanks to everybody out there. And it's crazy. We're looking forward to this. We're about 13 or 12 minutes away from the start of SmackDown. We will also be peaking at GCW. My name is Jeff Hardy is going to make an appearance. So if anything of note happens there, we'll let you know. And we also stick around for AEW Rampage tonight, folks. But keep blowing up this chat. Keep doing what you do. And we can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
Right. And Rory says, what's y'all's take on the whole Vince search warrant?
About time. I wonder what they found.
I don't believe from what I've heard, they haven't found anything.
What were they looking for?
Statements, I believe, towards his payments and all of that. I think it still stems from the investigation of him potentially misusing company funds.
Yeah, I mean, it's all tied into this. And again, I'm sure they were going through his personal records. But come on, it's Vince McMahon. He had that shit shredded minutes ago. Like, don't be silly.
But does it not just still continue to be another black mark and another reason as to why he should be away from this company?
Yes, 100%. That's what I was about to say, Nick. It baffles me. It baffles me. And again, if you want to make him a silent guy in the background that we never talk about, and you tell everybody he's gone and he's he's phoning Triple H an hour before Raw to stick his nose in. Fine, we can't change it. He's never going to go away. But the fact that he's been on so much of the forefront is a blemish to this company. He is currently being investigated for sexual impropriety, for financial impropriety.
It's an SEC investigation.
Yeah, I mean, like it. He's put himself in a pickle, and I just think whether he's guilty or innocent doesn't really matter. I think him sticking around all this time isn't great for the WWE.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Rory says there has to be something there, though. I mean, at times it does become a little bit where there's smoke, there's fire. But yeah, at this point, Vince can't stay out of the headlines. Nothing has ever been a good headline as of recent. for Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And hopefully this spinal surgery that he had might hopefully keep him away, I guess, for quite a while.
Right.
Granted, as long as his thumbs can move, he'll still text Hunter or whatever. But if that's all he does, that's fine.
See,
fuck it.
I can't picture Vince McMahon texting. I can't.
Voice to text.
Yeah. I want to see that video of Vince trying to do voice to text with the fucking phone.
Vince versus Siri. Give me that promo battle.
But yeah, man, I think just keeping his distance is best. I saw some people online being like, "Oh, Endeavor and the merge and houses." Listen, Endeavor's not shying away from any controversy. They never have.
Who the hell they got into business with? I mean, Christ, look at their business with Dana White.
Amen. So people that think that need to get that and put it to bed.
Right. So Steven said, either way, SummerSlam is going to be a great card. James, what up? It is a great card. Yeah. Vince just can't stand a controversy. Yeah. Jake Paul fighting Nate Diaz same night as SummerSlam. Who cares? I'm taking Nate in the fight.
Dude,
and we've got Collision going as well, head to head. The first time it's going head to head with a premium live event.
But we might have to pull this fight up if we can. The night of, just because this is going to be a shit show. You can't control Nate Diaz. He's like fucking Brad Pitt in Snatch. Like, like he's just, you don't know what the fuck he's going to do. Knocked him out.
The thing was his reaction when he found out that he was going to get tested for cannabis and everything. Sorry, vitamins. And that man's soul left his body there for a quick second.
He's like, wait, what?
Right. What?
Yeah, no, I hope Diaz can actually. I mean, every time there's one of these fights, we're like, all right, this guy's going to do it. And
somehow, yeah. Well, that's part of why, spoiler alert, we do have our predictions coming out. They should be maybe coming out on the channel, and they're definitely going to be on the TikTok. So click that link too. But that's why I'm taking Ricochet, because I think Logan Paul's going back to boxing.
He is. I just wonder if they would give him like a gratuitous win. So then when he returns, it's a tough one. I really could see this one going either way. And I know a lot of people are like, it's stupid. Oh, you let a YouTuber come in and be on your pay-per-view. But Rhea Ripley is, shut up. Right. At the end of the day, this is going to be a fun match, and it could go either way.
Right. Keyshawn, Ted DiBiase Jr. could face 45 years in prison.
Yes, he can.
Everybody's got a price.
Everybody, he better find the fucking
right.
Look, I don't know the full details of this, but it's the irony cannot be lost on anybody.
Right. James says, good luck, Collision. Oh, Boston, who do you guys have between Paul and Ricochet? Oh, and then, we answered it. Oh, the vitamins, take them if you got them. Yeah, because we're just a bit over 5 minutes away from the kickoff of Friday Night SmackDown.
Grab your snacks, grab your feel good. Let's go.
Strap on and strap in. Why?
But yeah, no, I mean, we got SummerSlam going up against Collision, and again, it is what it is. If Collision can hit 500,000 viewers, I think they'll be okay with it.
Well, did you hear CM Punk's statement, or read his statement, I should say?
Maybe not.
He said we're not going head to head with them. We're going against ourselves.
Well, no, and I mean, perfect.
Well, granted, what else is he supposed to say? But still.
Perfect fucking Vince Lombardi fucking comment. But it is. I mean, they can't look at it like that. And even when they asked him before about Wednesdays compared to Saturdays, he's like, well, it's easier to sell a live ticket on a Saturday. It's harder, but you're more likely to get people sitting in front of the TV on a Wednesday. So he's taking the bad with the good, and they don't give a shit. They're just going to keep putting on their show. They know people will find it, and they'll keep putting it out. And then so far, so good.
Oh, absolutely. Keyshawn saying, I'm taking vitamins right now. Yeah, stay levitated. Well, then we got Rory Puff. Why? Curtis saying, put some respect to KJ and Big Nick by slamming that like button. Yeah.
Do it.
All right. Well, then we got Big Dog in here with the super chat. Thank you very much, homie. This episode of Wrestling for Life brought to you by Vitamins. Does a body good and a mind absent. Vitamins. Have you had your shot today? Why? I like it, my guy.
Big Dog, try not to shoot.
Hire you as a promo writer for me.
Right? Try not to shoot your vitamins, though. Come up with a better choice.
Yeah, don't do that. You're taking the wrong vitamins. I'm thinking this is why we have Punk versus Starks for the real world championship. Oh, yeah, 100%. They're going guns a-blazing versus how we've seen with AEW do in the past of, well, the NBA finals are on, so I can't go.
Yeah.
Or, well, we're getting moved around because of this. Like, I get that happens all the time, but you've never seen another company move so far away from its competition than AEW.
No.
And instead with Collision, they're like, fuck it, bring it on.
Yeah, I think sometimes with the management and the people running AEW, at times we talk about a lack of confidence in what you're doing instead of full steam ahead. And I think that's what when you have Punk kind of behind the creative of the show and they're working together with a couple other really good people, they're like, fuck it, let's just put on we're gonna have a real world championship. Last week they make sure they're up against UFC, so it's a really banging card. This week I think they're gonna do the same thing. And you can't control everything around you. Just take care of you. And we've said that for so long.
He already backs up what we were just talking about of we're not going against them. We're going against ourselves. They want to do better than they did last week, not doing better than a pay-per-view. That's a losable. You're not going to win that battle.
No. And
so
you're up
stay in your lane.
Yeah, like you're up against the Goliath. You're up against the powerhouse. So
right.
it is what it is. You know you might take a little hit, but you also know there's a hardcore fan base that are going to tune into you and don't give two shits about WWE.
Right. Dale, what up? Steven just randomly shout out, brother. He had a Hulk Hogan moment. Jason said Collision is pre-recorded. I have not seen that at all. It was recorded after they recorded Rampage Wednesday night. I hope to fuck not.
Is that true?
I have not seen that anywhere.
I had not heard that. But the last time,
cite your sources, sir. Show your homework.
They did do that one taped one in Hamilton a couple weeks back, and they had horrible ratings.
Well, and you can't pre-tape a world title match going like we were just talking about. Granted, it is still going against the pay-per-view. Let's be honest about that fact. As much as we're giving them the Rudy treatment, still at the same time they are going against the pay-per-view. So you can't throw out some pre-recorded whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it even harder, but that would be, if that is in fact true, that would be kind of in line with what I was saying as far as like, instead of, like tapering away, like we talked about extending pay-per-views to avoid, the championship, that just do your shit, period.
Right. Speaking of doing shit, right? A-Town, what up?
What's up?
2 of the evening, folks. Let's go.
Let's go.
I think you were trying to say top of the evening.
Yes. Quick question for you, especially as an MJF fan, and we only got a couple minutes here, but
okay.
What's better? MJF versus Adam Cole or MJF versus Punk to unify the titles at All In?
MJF versus Cole, because you have more of a build to it. All In is still closing in, and that's the first match that's been announced for the card. There's still so much meat on the bone for Punk versus MJF. You can wait to get there versus rushing it to just because it's going to be at Wembley.
Fair enough. I completely accept that as an answer. I was really curious how you felt about it.
That's my thought. Now, I'm still curious as to who turns on who, because there has to be a turn here somewhere.
I think there's something fishy with that contract. Like, I think Cole might win, but MJF didn't put the belt on the line in the contract or something funky.
I've seen people suggest that it's going to be a Cole heel turn because he did the same knife kind of thing hug when he hugged MJF here. But we should be at the top of the hour right now for Friday Night SmackDown. And I've still got the end of TMZ going on. But I've got BCW kicking off. I got TJ Hook in the chat. I got watch Punk win by holding the rope, and Steamboat didn't see it. Interesting.
I find it so funny. Now I got then, buddy.
I don't have then.
Okay,
I don't have a then, now, or a forever. I have no dubs. Jack, what up? What up? You good? Juice, what up? Where did Rory go here?
Is it the Juice?
Puff pass scale wide.
Oh, that's loud.
Juice just says hi. I like your spelling.
I got the opening of SmackDown right now, Mr. Nick. So
I have Andre getting slammed.
Okay, so
I
I
have no feed from the venue and grainy as shit footage from GCW.
You tell me when you got Jey Uso and Solo on your screen.
Okay, I got now, forever, if anyone's trying to sync up at home as well.
Yeah, I got Jey Uso and Solo, the graphic. Once you get that, we're good to go.
Okay, I'm together, not quite. Forever. I got a crowd shot. Jey Uso versus Solo tonight. Yes, we are getting that, by the way.
Graphic?
Not quite. I'm getting there. I got the drone flying in.
Oh,
dude,
wow.
I'm way ahead of you guys. I'm not even going to tell you what I'm seeing. Well, fair enough, big dog. You keep it to yourself here. I got
LA Knight.
I just got the graphic for Uso versus Solo.
What are you on?
YouTube TV, and I also told you I've also got a weather alert going over the top of saying severe thunderstorms in my area.
God damn it, weather. It's been the bane of our...
I'll refresh and see where I get to.
LA Knight.
I got LA Knight coming out right now.
Sweet. LA Knight opening the show, folks. He is here. Huge pop. And we are ready to go.
Let me talk to you.
Nice.
Rampage was bad this week. We left early. Oh,
Juice was there.
Well, I saw that come out that a lot of people up and just walked out towards the end of Rampage. Now, what made it specifically, no half spoilers, what made it specifically worse than how bad it normally is?
Right? That's a good question. And are you surprised? Like, you get Moxley and the BCC or parts of the BCC involved on Dynamite, and then they got to come back out for Rampage. Like, that's kind of, interesting.
When you're on every show, that's what you signed up for, motherfucker.
LA Knight's got a microphone.
Yeah.
Ooh. Where it's at.
I got Clay saying, "What's up, KJ and Big Nick? I was watching the preseason game last night. What? New York Jets got beat by Cleveland Browns. What?
Listen, Cleveland Browns with the Jets preseason game. You got to make better life.
Hall of Fame game. That's why."
Let me talk.
Now, I'll say this because LA Knight is in the Slim Jim Battle Royal tomorrow night. I think he is going to be the new face of Slim Jim after we had that massive record deal.
So we're going to get snapped into a Slim Jim? Yeah.
All you're missing is the O at the beginning, and he's Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Look, he's throwing to it. You know what? You could be right with that.
I am 100% right. Crazy? And if I am Slim Jim, I know you follow me on Twitter. I want fucking credit.
A group of stooges: AJ Styles, Riddle, Escobar, Knight, Miz, Shinsuke. There's 3 more.
Waller, Cross, Sheamus, Miz, Nakamura, Escobar.
All right. So we got LA dropping it. The crowd is live for this.
But I like, though, that it's not just, granted, I'm sure somebody's in the comments could be like, "Oh, well, they're a jobber," but it's not just like, it's not Ashante the Adonis, Shinky, Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
It's just not that menagerie.
No. It's actually got some names in it. I mean,
right.
Riddle's been involved in big shit. It's AJ Styles. Anybody wants to say he's garbage? That's not nice. Shinsuke's in there. Cross. This would be a good battle royal to win.
Right.
I picked Ciampa to win, just on a whim.
I didn't even know Ciampa was in it.
I think he is. That's
well, you better hope he is, because if we get to the end of that, the start of that match, and we don't see no Ciampa, you're fucked.
So on Monday, he was saying, "I'm going to beat you, and then I'm going to have momentum for the."
I'm going to have a Slim Jim. That's what he said, and you took that as gospel. If he's going to be in the battle royal, we talked about Slim Jim.
Understood. He was just going for a snack.
Right.
Here comes Sheamus.
I think LA Knight. I think Waller might win the battle royal. LA Knight, yeah. Sheamus for the dub, says JV. What? Sorry, I got Sheamus now.
Piss a lot of people off.
Who? What?
I think Waller winning would piss a lot. of people.
Oh yeah. Sorry. It's a fight night. Yeah. We got the other Larry now.
What's up, Larry?
Right.
Now, here's my question. Oh, wait. Get a lifetime supply of Slim Jims. It's crazy, Nick, that throughout this year we talked about it. 2023 has been great for WWE. Outside of the merger, and and even ignore Vince and his bullshit. But I mean, record gates everywhere, record merch, record. Now we sign a record, partnership, advertising partnership. Like they continue, like as much as people want to think, like, oh well, they're struggling and they're shit. Like, they're having a fucking phenomenal year.
They're knocking it out of the goddamn park. It is a great time, like we've said multiple times, to be a pro wrestling fan. As we've got LA Knight versus Sheamus right now, so I know we already had some people give us your predictions in the chat. If you haven't done so, everybody, drop it in the chat. Even if I'll take your line. Even if you're lazy, give me an S or an L, lad.
That's right.
Tony's Dark Nightmares, what up?
I will take a second to say that as they give us our graphic, we will be live here tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. So grab your supper and join us.
Yeah, evening with the boys instead of brunch with the boys.
We got a brunch coming up.
Yeah, we do, actually. We're going all in on brunch. Louis says, what's up, Wrestle fans? Louis Perdo is back. LA Knight versus Sheamus on Fight Night. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Let's go.
He's taking no contest or DQ. Who you taking? I think we're both taking who we think we're taking.
I'm going to go Sheamus.
Whoa. You're just doing that just to be difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that you're just sticking to your Scottish roots there, even though he's fucking Irish.
He's Irish.
I realized that as the words were coming out of my mouth.
When you read off that DNA thing, the high percentage of Irish.
Close.
A little bit of ginge in the beard.
Pause. James taking LA Knight. We got Kristen saying, hello, I'm
Lowo here.
Oh,
hello from the Lowo.
Who do I have? I now have the Lowo.
And the Miz and Waller. Everybody.
Son of a bitch.
Here it comes. Where's Teddy Long?
What? Oh, no.
Where's Teddy?
I think Louis might be right here. Now this is where we get just full dissension and we just get a fucking brawl and call it all off.
No contesta is about to take place. Here comes Cross.
Right. But no, Kristen, what up? Absolutely. Be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. But we got Sonic Boom. Both Pauls fight this weekend. Yes, they do.
Yes,
both Pauls are going to lose this weekend. Yes, they will.
Old.
Now we've got AJ and Miriam. I refuse to call her Mission. Mitchin, whatever the fuck.
My shit is frozen.
That's fine. I've got I believe part of a scramble going on GCW. I've got Sheamus set up for white noise on the ring apron. Oh,
dun dun dun.
And so now this is how we're gonna cut to a break, as a white noise on the ring apron, as now everybody else that they've announced is in the battle royal. Again, no Ciampa.
No Ciampa.
Just kind of looking on from ringside.
Well, I mean, there's gonna be more than 8 people in it, so.
Well, I was almost going to halfway give you some credit of maybe these are all just the SmackDown guys.
That went out the window.
But right, and then I remembered, nope, the Miz is a Raw guy. What
draft? Fuck it.
Right, absolutely. I got both Pauls losing too, says Sonic Boom. Yes, we do. I'm in a commercial right now on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yes, we are, folks.
Richard, what up? Cross is out by ringside too. Ringside is getting seriously packed. Mike Clayton says LA Knight and Slim Jims for the win. Yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. Snap into that subscribe button. What?
Right.
We got the TLD. What up, my guy? LA Knight for the win. I think Logan steals the victory versus Ricochet.
Could. I really think he could.
We got Kevin saying what up. We got JV saying Michiko. I almost read that as Michinoku.
Pikachu.
I choose you.
What? Rudy Blue.
Who in the Rudy Blue?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she's literally Rudy Blue because
she's right.
Blue hair.
Who the Rudy Blue hell is that?
Big Dog says, mistake number one, never put a smoking hot ref like Jessica Carr. Pause, accusations, keep it in your, close your jaw, sir. You're drooling.
Down boy.
Right, in a match with Knight and Sheamus, if you want them to get over, mistake number 2, keep the other BR parts in the back. Oh, the Battle Royal parts. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know what they're doing here, right? Like we've seen it. We've been here. We've done that. Like,
Logan said he will fly to Jake's flight soon as his match is over. So I bet it's the second match of the night. Not a bad shout.
Or first. Shout. It could be the first.
Could be. Battle Royal, though. Battle Royal first.
Maybe.
Benjamin, what up? Saying, hey, guys, I can't wait for Summerslam tomorrow.
Pretty excited here, too. I mean, we've been looking forward to this one. I mean, I think it's no different than a lot of the, especially the major ones. They still feel different for me.
The big 5 now instead of the big 4. Now we've got the full Infinity Gauntlet because I include Money in the Bank. But those pay-per-views always just still feel different. Even then, like you put this versus an elimination. Well, Elimination Chamber had a great one match versus a Saudi show versus probably maybe Payback, etc. Fastlane. This is always going to feel bigger. It still will always be the biggest part of the summer.
I think so. And right now I'm back to the action. Sheamus in control of LA Knight. I might have
I'm still in a commercial for Planet Fitness. I don't know if my computer's trying to tell me anything, but it can. Now I'm back in action. A-Town, are there going to be any Nick Weisers opening up tomorrow night? 100%. We always got Nick Weisers opening up here.
Well, an interesting rumor of people were saying
that. I instantly, what? Is that what you're talking about? What?
Right.
Okay.
I hope Roman not on SmackDown. He wrestling friends. Hey, wrestling friends. I thought you said he. Why don't you want Roman on the show?
Well, I feel like you kind of need it to really sell going into the pay-per-view, but I do get, I guess, maybe what he's saying.
You need something.
Right.
Is the Battle Royal on the pre-show? No.
Their pre-show is just chatting.
Yeah. And not good chatting either. You'd rather be here.
That's why you got us for it.
LA Knight with the big slam.
I'm just getting the back and forth punches here as every time LA's swinging, it's just pop, pop, cheer, cheer.
There you go. I just got the big elbow drop.
I got the slam now, so I'm still behind you.
There you go. Well, if Logan's going to fly out to his brother's match, I think we got that one. Got some love for the chat from the chat. I got a serious question.
I got an elbow drop.
There you go. Does Riddle make it past November? He's a hell of a talent, but he has a trail of doo-doo butter following him. As long as he stays on the right track, Nick.
They tolerated his antics before and everything like that. Now, granted, they've gotten a bit more serious, I would say, versus, he's, trying to pick a fight with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. I think it still would take a good bit for them to really kind of push him aside.
To give up on him. But I mean, you look at someone like Triple H, Nick, that went like a year just taking L's because they were pissed off.
Because he was the only one he was the odd man out when they all hugged each other in the center of a steel cage.
Right? But that's where it's like they could have just, got rid of him, proved the point. But nah, if you stick around and you do the right things, he'll come back on the upswing. But I think he's going to eat some dirt first. Or doo-doo butter, as he put it.
Yeah, pause on all of that. Bray helps LA Knight win? No. I've got Sheamus going up right now to the top rope or middle rope, Brett's rope, for a white noise.
You know what?
Oh, he hits it.
He hit it.
1, 2.
Dos, good match.
Dos amigos. Dos.
Crowd is into this match big time.
Well, and like you were talking about before with WWE signing a record Slim Jim deal. We've got record merch sales and all of that. Now, granted, we know now that, or at least currently, Friday Night SmackDown is going to be looking for a new home here in the not too distant future.
Very true.
Because Fox has rebuffed WWE's asking price of, I believe it was 50% more than what they were already getting.
I mean, again, I'll believe it when I see it. I know there's some games to be played here. So, again, I do think that, is it possible? Yes, but I do think that both sides know how to play the negotiation game, right?
Right,
Fine,
right.
We don't want you. Wait a minute.
Yeah, as I've got a rope break after a clover leaf. Steven says, which match at SummerSlam potentially will steal the show? We'll put a pin in that. We'll come back to that on a commercial.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've got Masha versus Alex Price, by the way. Anyone following along with GCW?
There you go. I'm taking Masha.
Yeah, it's always Masha, Masha, Masha.
She was on Revolver last night.
Fair enough.
Botch City.
That was a botch fall. Rory stayed a botch. I missed it because I was talking. God damn it!
Oh, that was a botch fall. So
I just got it now.
Oh, that's a mini botch. Oh no, that's a worse botch.
Oh, yep. No. Oh, we're getting bad. Oh,
and LA Knight's push is now over.
Fuck. Yep. That's not good. You can't hide that. What up? What up? Yeah. No, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's really, really bad.
Shit.
I mean, I guess now it's not a bad thing that you had everybody at ringside because now they can cause the fucking kerfuffle to cover up their shit.
Yeah, right? Oh.
Theory attacks Escobar.
Everyone's just like,
I like this because this is building up to their match, and now all the not lumberjacks chase Theory off.
Right? Oh, no, we got fighting.
The schmoz has commenced because we must. Hey, if this was an audible, fucking good on.
Hey, good
I
job.
Don't think it was, but if this was an audible, good because it makes everybody forget about that shit that they saw.
Yeah, that was a botch and then some. Like shit.
Oh, phenomenal forearm from AJ.
Just when we're trying to get this guy over, he has a moment. But he's been holding that knee.
Anyone trying to jump to the top rope and keep their balance like mid-match, I mean, good
shit.
the fuck on you. Sheamus has got Theory. Oh, no, he's got the Miz. Sorry.
He's holding that knee. I hope he didn't. Could you imagine?
I don't think so.
No, but the Miz.
I think they caught themselves. It's one of those of they lost their. Oh, roll up. 2 count.
Miz eats a kick.
The bro kick.
Big pop for Knight.
Right. 2, 3. Honestly, I feel like it recovered from that.
It did. I mean, botches happen. Like, trust me, we see a lot of botches.
We're live all the time, pal. It happens with us too.
You got to keep going, and that's what they did. They kept going. So, yeah, man, a botch spot. It sucked. It was unfortunate, but I mean, the match was a good match, and you see what they're trying to build here. But
I like though that too. Even you have kind of all the heels working in a specific direction and everything. Like they may not be quote unquote aligned, but well, he's the good guy, so we go after the good guy, even because we're both assholes.
Yep. Yeah. No. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we got Solo.
The stoic Solo Sikoa sits backstage. Well, that's like Michael Cole there is trying to fucking sound all poetic.
Rory, he doesn't tan. That's the problem.
He can't. He's like a fucking solar panel. He just absorbs the shit.
Right? He just turns red and then peels and goes back to white.
Right. His brightness and paleness shines more with the more sunlight he absorbs.
Right? No, absolutely. He just absorbs it.
Right. Avengers, let's go. I thought I was going to be 0-1. I'm glad LA Knight won. Yeah.
Right. I thought we were getting no contest, but
so long as it wasn't top dollar bad, he'll shake it up. The infamous insufficient funds leap.
Right. Tomorrow
so
night.
I'm in commercial, so I want to go back to Steven's question of which match do we think is going to steal the show tomorrow night? The match that isn't expected to be great, but will be great.
I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. And maybe it's not that much of a surprise, but I really hope that Seth and Finn tear it down.
Fair enough. I was almost going to say, is that really going to be a surprise? But I get, people have probably kind of lost a little bit of faith in Finn Balor. So a lot of people, I think, might think this is a layup.
Yeah, and I think the biggest one, Nick, is everyone's talking about, our favorite YouTuber.
Yeah, well, yeah, I think we think that to me, I know that that's going to be good because we've seen that Logan can actually have good matches so far, and we know Ricochet can have good matches.
Yeah.
What I think could be a surprise, I don't think it's going to steal the show, but I think could be a much better match than it has any right being, is Shayna versus Ronda.
Interesting. Yeah, fair enough.
The video package already won a lot of people over. And again, Shayna's running this storyline, this feud. She's the one that's still going to be in the company, everything. I think she's going to very much dictate how this match goes.
Right.
And she's somebody that we forget how she was in NXT, to where she was a fucking force of nature.
Yeah, and that's where I think that's the pole vault here. If they do it right and all the stories are true, then yeah, I mean, this is a really good opportunity for Shayna to kind of remind us of who she is and be booked like who we expect her to be booked like.
Right. But Heather saying, I got a phone now. Shout out. It's always good to have a phone. Curtis saying, commercial break number 2. Aaron saying, Botchamania running wild. Well, fun fact, we've been on Botchamania.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and then we were 2 alternative for YouTube when it came to that.
Right. But yeah.
Sorry.
No, go.
No, I was just running through. Heather says, how are you both doing?
Wonderful.
Good. Right.
Wonderful.
Cody versus Brock. Brock can make matches really good when he's motivated. I don't expect that to be bad, though.
Okay, so that match wouldn't surprise you if it was really fucking banging.
No, because to me it has the potential. I thought it was going to be even better if we got a strap match or something like that. That's I think has the potential to be that really Dusty Rhodes style, to where he's getting his ass whooped.
Was the stipulation thing originally a Meltzer report?
I can't confirm, to my knowledge, where it initially came from. I think everybody just heard it and ran with it.
I feel like it might have been a Meltzer. Oh, they're going to go with a unique stipulation. Yeah, it's called the Nun stipulation.
The Nunya. I met Sheamus and Drew many years before WWE got them on the Irish indie wrestling circuit. Also got to see Brock wrestle before he went to the University of Minnesota.
Nice.
Shout out, my guy.
Yeah, we got lots of Irish wrestling friends over there.
Yeah, shout out everybody. Benny, Scraggs, Steins. See, I remember names sometimes.
There you go. I don't.
I've got everybody fighting back or arguing backstage right now.
Oh, here's Pierce about to make a tag match.
Yeah, it's gonna be the it's gonna be the Brutes versus the OC. Here we go.
Go to the ring.
Want to go to the ring and take care of it.
Bye. Oh, we're getting the Good Brothers versus the Brutes.
Yeah, because Sheamus just wrestled. He ain't doing double duty.
He can do double duty.
After you're questioning this man holding his knee, and you're like, yeah, he could go double duty.
Right.
It's Fight Night Part 2. Sign me up, says Wade Barrett.
Right. Gunther versus Drew is a good shout. No, but I expect that to be solid.
Right. Heather says, I missed you 2 guys. Well, we missed all of you. That's half the time why we end up popping up here early, covering anything and everything. My choice for steal of the night is the 3-way women's title. Is that a steal because Io is going to steal the championship in that match?
It's highly possible. I mean, if ever, I think Asuka might win it and then lose it, but I think Io's going to go for it. We're getting the replay of this video package between Brock and Cody. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time.
Well, it's got the piano music in the background, so it's very emotional. It's the 3 stages. Like I've said, if there's one thing WWE is getting better at than anybody else, is goddamn video packages. What the fuck is this? I like it. I like it.
Well, no, this was a lot of people like this. So I know people like the foo shit.
Well, Boston saying this music doesn't work. I dig it.
Yeah, a lot of people did. I mean, to me, I thought maybe go something a little more aggressive.
Maybe
at the same time.
Maybe if you had the more dramatic moments, like how we talked about, of
But you have all these clips of like Cody bleeding and Brock beating him with a keg, and you got this soft music with it. I'm like, what if it was a little harder? Just
see, well, to me, you would do that. Like if you had the moment to where Brock actually beat up and he bloodied and he battered Cody in front of his mama and everything. That's a moment you could call back to perfectly right here, because it would get you all emotional. He's got a fucking reason to be pissed off and everything. Instead, this just looks like, well, you've just been getting your ass kicked by this big bad bully, and now you're finally going to try and take it to him.
WWE still stuck at that annoying zooming with the camera thing, gets right on my nerves. I feel like they do that less. I think we're getting a lot in like this little video package, but like as far as like in the action, I feel like they don't do it as much as they did.
Yeah, they don't do it live. This is obviously for the video package. I think what bothers me at times is so many camera cuts. It's a trait of Kevin Patrick of camera cuts. It works perfectly. The fans can go back and listen to this song when he loses to Roman versus Roman.
Perfect.
My guy. Am I the only one disappointed that there's no stipulation to Cody versus Brock? No, but the biggest question, you keep bringing it up, is, was that ever really reported, or was that all hearsay speculation?
We talked about this earlier when we talked about the rumors and the bullshit and da-da-da-da. And there's this really weird phenomenon that happens amongst wrestling fans, is they read it and nobody involved said it, but someone else said, hey, there's going to be this, whatever it is. In this case, a stipulation. And then when it doesn't happen, everyone's mad. Oh, why didn't we get what we thought we were going to get? Well, fuck, bro. Like if you showed up at my house and you were mad about the meal I gave you because you thought you were going to get chicken, but I gave you steak. Well, fuck.
Well, and I think a prime example of that is, especially because we've been here for NXT, we were here for Great American Bash and all of that, to where we and other people were even speculating could Brian Pillman Jr. sign up or show up, when literally there was no statement from WWE saying that Brian Pillman had signed with WWE. No statement from Pillman Jr. No nothing. It was literally all just dirt sheet reporting.
Yep. No, I hate it. And there's pages out there that I respect that. Even someone like some of the bigger pages, like a Cultaholic, will, Dave Meltzer said, why are we doing this, guys? Stop doing that.
Well, it's at times I feel like you need to report it as an opinion or a speculative piece.
Ridiculous.
Ronan says, unless they're saving the stipulation until the day of SummerSlam.
That would be rare.
Tractor on tractor match, and he takes the tractor another round. This song slaps, though. This music really doesn't fit the Lesnar Rhodes rivalry. Rest in peace, Cody. Cody Redemption Tour. Can you imagine? No, this is a long one.
Yeah. How'd you fit all that in there?
Right. I'm going to take a breath here before I try and read this all. Can you imagine a Judgment Day SummerSlam? Finn wins and then Priest cashes in on Roman. Anyone want that happen? I won't. No. But that would be epic, even though I love Roman winning too. LOL. I'm not going to lie. You had me in the first half.
This came up a couple times this week about the idea that Damien's going to cash in or could cash in on Roman. And I'm like, If he does, it would be a failed attempt.
Which would be stupid, and I hate that. I think that Finn wins at SummerSlam, and we don't get a cash in because there's still, to me, meat on the bones of if he will, when he, and you really build up Judgment Day if you've got a North American champion, a world heavyweight champion, a women's world champion, and a Money in the Bank briefcase holder all in the same faction.
And I agree with you. There is definitely meat on that bone. You can definitely continue this and have that, the double Dutch of, is he, in, out, is he going to do it? So it'd be very interesting. I would be, and I've been on the record for this, I'd be very happy though if Damian Priest left SummerSlam as the champion.
Right.
This is my opinion.
Oh, and you're not wrong. Like I'd go for it. I just think that there's more.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Yeah, for sure.
Steven says, darn, Meltzer is wearing another commercial break. Meltzer can definitely be ignored quite happily. But don't ever ignore us. That's why you needed to hit that bell notification, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. What?
It's just
the anti-Meltzer.
Yeah, it's just like the pet peeve of mine of like people I respect that do this, and then they report, Meltzer as fact. And then people get like up in arms about when it doesn't come out. Like, instead of being like, why did you tell us that? They're like, hey, we never got what they said they were going to give us. Well, nobody told you were going to get what we said.
Right. No one said that. You said that.
So blows my mind.
Priest need to stick to the Raw side. That's the juicy story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exhibit A, Royal Rumble, Jay White, Matt Cardone, and Nick Aldis. How many do we speculate at the Rumble? But that's a different situation to me. I think that's speculation. And you could almost use that of maybe it's going back to the whole Vince thing that we talked about. A lot of those people, including like you and Luna, just watched Thursday Night Impact last night. Eric Young specifically left WWE because he did not want to work for Vince McMahon.
Yep.
So him being there has been nothing but a negative influence on that company. From a fan's perspective.
Yeah. No, and again, yeah, and for some people, he is a negative. Other people can look past it, or he's favorable with other people, so they don't give a shit. But I mean, I talked about this last night with Luna of all the points in the world to Eric Young. I mean, it does prove to some people, not everybody, but his happiness, his peace of mind, and his pride in his work matters. And the best part of Impact last night was a little vignette they did at the very end where they show Eric Young not dying.
He got not died. He got alived instead of unalived. Yeah, he got alived.
Right, and it was very much like riding through this world. But I liked it, and it was the best part of the show last night. So you see this guy that even understands the storytelling. He didn't just show back up. He knew that he had to do that, and it's unfortunate because the idea of Eric Young working with the WWE or getting Sanity back together or being involved with Bray was super exciting for big fans of Eric Young. Right.
Well, and even still, it would have really made a lot of sense. It could have really worked. Boston says, those are my exact thoughts on what will happen, Nick. Finn wins and they slow burn Priest cashing in on Finn. Yeah. Great minds think alike. Finn loses at SummerSlam. Priest goes to cash in, and Finn screws him over, setting up a triple threat. Man.
You know what? Are you tired of triple threats?
Yes.
I feel like we get way too many triple threats.
Yeah, we got a lot of triple threats, and we've got a lot of tag team matches involving the Judgment Day as well. So I think just have this. The Seth Rollins Finn Balor story is good enough on its own that you don't need to add Damian Priest into it to make it better. That detracts from that story.
True. And I mean, you still have other possibilities. And again, at one point I thought, wouldn't it really confuse everybody if it was Finn that pushed Damian out and, kind of that angle? But again, they can take it either way. I don't care. I just really want to see what they do with it because I think they have a opportunity.
Right. I got Christopher Douglas saying Sheamus and AJ Styles feud. I'm down. Maybe a match for a payback. Pay-per-view. Sup, KJ and Nick, the What Master. Appreciate you, my guy. All right. Been a hot minute.
And What Master?
What is your fighting style? I'm going all, like Wu-Tang, I'm What-Tang instead of Wu-Tang. But Sheamus versus AJ, yeah, I'd be down for that feud 100%.
Right. But we got the next match kicking off, folks, if you haven't made your prediction yet.
Right. As Aaron's saying, he was asking us of KJ and Nick, who do you think is going to win, Brawling Brutes or OC?
I'm gonna go OC just because, god damn it.
Well, god damn it, I was gonna go that way just to be difficult because I think they need a win to me.
Fuck, they need something.
Right,
Like,
that's the thing. They need to win something. They need
right,
anything.
no,
The club, the OC, the whatever the fuck they want to call themselves, that's not Bullet Club, has not seemed that impressive or relevant since they've formed. And that's what unfortunately seems to always happen with them.
They're legitimately at the point now when you see them like walk out, and I'm never like, oh shit, they're here. Like even with AJ, which is unfortunate, right? Like we know the history of them, and we used to really like them, but now they don't move the needle at all. Unfortunately,
right? As we've got a whirly bird double arm suplex there from Ridge as KJ is taking a pause for the cause. So you got just me right now, folks, as I try and catch up with the chat here. Judgment Day distracts the OC. Doesn't make sense, but we'll see. I got OC, got the Good Brothers, OC, and no Orange Cassidy in sight. Doesn't matter who wins. A little bit. Clayton's taking Brutes for the win. Curtis OC for the win. Steven's taking OC. They badly need a win. Yeah, they need something here. So I've got joint manipulation, finger manipulation. Pause on all of that here from Pete Dunne on Carl Anderson. With KO hurt, can you see Sammy going back to help the Usos? Or maybe one of the Usos replaces KO? Ooh, that is an interesting question. It depends on how long KO could be out for. That's really the situation with this. Because I know I've brought it up, and I know we've talked about it on the stream before, of the fact that there's no tag match for SummerSlam as well. No tag title match. No one's mentioning that. Everybody's up in arms about, Rhea and Trish, but nobody's mentioning that Sammy and KO weren't even set to have a match before KO got hurt. So to me, I think it really comes down to how hurt KO is as, backbreaker, neckbreaker combo from Gallows and Anderson on a Pete Dunne as Ridge breaks it up. But if KO's out for a hot minute, maybe I could see that. Maybe it'd be interesting, be weird, be awkward. But I could maybe see it. But I think they might. Hopefully, KO's not out for a hot minute, and we can keep this thing rolling. Speaking of this thing rolling, as we're in commercial break right now, TLD, what up, my guy? Said I'm calling no contest. No cell motel. Why no contest? Calling it Judgment Day attacks Brutes and OC. So Richard, you've moved from Judgment Day attacks just OC to now they just completely destroy the match for some reason. I mean, you're out here normally with the wild accusations, so you can have that. Got that one. Commercial break, folks. Yes. I found the OC didn't find traction early on. It was nice, but the comparisons to Bullet Club sort of undermined it. That is a really valid point because we all knew what they were getting at with the whole OC. I didn't even mean to do that, but calling them the OC and everything's kind of hinting towards the Bullet Club, but not the Bullet Club. So I get that kind of did probably take initially kind of the wheels out from underneath it here. But even on this, bringing it back, it's still, it has no pickup. It has no feel. It has no momentum behind it. It's just been very much, well, see, they're here, so like them, right? I like Pete Dunne. Ridge, I'm not too sure about. For me, he's too risky to have in the ring. It's very much, I guess, however you want to look at it when it comes to Ridge. Very much, it could be he's still learning, and I mean, shit, accidents are going to happen. Nobody, no one would say that D'Lo Brown was an unsafe worker, but he was involved in the situation with Droz. So, which, by the way, RIP, T's and P's. But you would never say D'Lo Brown was an unsafe worker. I don't want people to really judge Ridge just because of, granted, it was one really bad situation and one just it followed the other really serious situation within the same year, if not kind of close to it within at least 2 years. So I don't want to really judge him saying that he's that type of, he's not a unsafe worker or Ryback or anything like that. But it's interesting. I think it's more of, it comes down to agents. Like, to me, the Biggie issue, my problem with the Biggie whole spot was that wasn't needed and did nothing but put people at risk for a situation that didn't matter at that point. Like, that match did not need that spot. What did Big Dog say? KO's injury and absence opened the door for the perfect opportunity to vacate the belts. I don't think they'll vacate them. They maybe split them. Separate them and have undisputed tag titles on SmackDown and world titles on Raw. Okay, so you got me on the end there. That's how it's shaping to me. Interesting. That's a valid point. But we're back in action as I've got Carl Anderson with a headlock on Ridge. Bonkers, where does JD fit into the Judgment Day story? Once we get babyface Finn, and that's another guy who hasn't been on TV in quite a while, is Jordan Devlin. But maybe once we get babyface Finn, he could fit into that. That might be where they go with it. I've thought that's what they're going to go the whole time versus JD in JD because see, pun. Thankfully, we can see in recent videos Biggie is moving pretty well. Had Kofi on his shoulders, recovery looking good. Yeah, James, we talked about it earlier on the stream and everything, to where obviously, hopefully, Biggie can make a full recovery. I saw something today to where he was talking about potentially being a color commentator. Even if it's, big knee to the extended arm there on Carl Anderson. But even if he might have to step away for a hot minute, a hop, skip, and a jump, we've seen guys like Bryan Danielson, we've seen guys like Edge, etc., that have come back and still managed to have full careers after. So he might just be the ultimate way of the universe and your body telling you, pause for the cause, my guy. As I've got Ridge powering over.
Yo! I had to cancel my pause.
I just got a big back body drop from Ridge.
Wait till you see what happens.
Why?
We got company, folks, and they're in business. Looking sharp. I'll wait for you.
Oh, the Street Profits.
Not looking so street.
The business profits. The Hurt business profits. Why?
Profitable business.
Oh, I like that. Avengers says, finally we get this group. Oh, so whoever had no contester, you still got it right, but
yeah, no
not
kidding.
by any way that we thought it was going to happen.
I love that. The
Anderson Gallows goes into the ring post and the sky high.
Look, and they're getting applause because it's the first time the Street Profits have seen badass and legit in a while.
Right.
They took everybody out, folks. I almost choked on my smoke.
What? I've got done right now. Jumping on the back of Dawkins. I'll get the words out. Oh, that was sloppy jalopy.
Oh, I like that neck breaker, the double hook neck breaker.
Oh yeah, well, and a big pop and a big reaction for them.
Yeah,
like more than when they came out here and we want the smoke.
That was a little not bad.
TLD called it. We got Bobby. Street business. Looks like these Street Profits. Randy Orton returns to Summerslam.
Oh, we got Bobby. And big pop for Bobby.
Bobby loving it. Joe Black, what up, my guy?
Let's go.
Right. And
it looks like the Hurt business is back in business.
Oh, maybe. Absolutely. Well, and I like that. You know, we've even got fact checkers fact checking each other and everything like that. So where Dale's point out how the TLD called it.
Listen to this.
I'm getting Bobby right now. Big pop, big reaction for Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, when was the last time Bobby got any love like this? Even when he was champ, I don't think he was getting it.
No, they people have wanted the Hurt business back so much. We'll take any iteration of it. Just give us it. Just some way, some form, somehow.
This looks good.
It'll look even better when he's challenging Roman Reigns for the world title.
Yes, let's go. War Games, buddy. I'll be back in 10 seconds.
Ooh. Fair enough, as he goes back to repause for the cause. So, yes, folks, what do you think about the, I guess, very much at least newly announced unnamed faction of the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley? Because I think it's at this point more official than a referee whistle that they are all linked up together here. So let me know what you think about that. As I've got Charlotte Flair looking like a fucking J-Lo music video going out onto a fucking yacht. What in the shit? This is weird ass MTV Cribs right now. 1-0-1. Will Bianca join the Street Profits? I kind of think so. Well, I think we've already been teasing a Bianca heel turn. And obviously, I feel like whether they're going to get cheered or I think it was initially supposed to be a heel turn for Ford here. So I think that we're going to get that. I'll pop when MVP comes back. Well, we don't know if he's going to be involved with them. He's still got Omos, the Colossus Omos. Jordan says, oh, snap. Boston's 1-0-1. I still don't know how I feel about this whole Charlotte Flair video. Of all we're missing is Jay-Z and Blonde B in the fucking background here and a few extra girls, and we got the Big Pimpin' music video, I feel like. Almighty Prophets. Ooh, I kind of like that name. She's just being a Flair. Fair enough. I'll give you that. I do kind of like the little wink at the end, but that she just ends with just a pose on the fucking boat. Why? That was a big pop for Bobby Lashley. And you like the Charlotte Flair video? Fair on you, Dale. I don't so much. Oh, he's with Omos. Yeah, totally forgot. Yeah, because Omos hasn't been around for a hot minute either here. But we're getting a promo package right now. Well, we were getting a image there for the women's triple threat at SummerSlam, so you can give us your predictions for that. As we're up next, we're getting the history of tribal combat. Is this? Please tell me that they are going to just go through all the matches that we've had, the 4-part series that we've had between Roman and Jay, going all the way through the Thunderdome and all of that. Just please tell me we're going to go through that whole history. This is serialized storytelling of you have to tune in. This is the MCU of pro wrestling, I would say. Very much you've got to at least do a little bit of homework. You've got to know the backstory. You've got to know the lore when it comes to all of this. But I think it's 100% great. But I am in commercial break right now, so I will take this time out to let everybody know we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Like I said, I do still have GCW going on in the background right now, and as I've got Commander versus Joey Janela as I'm in a commercial break on WWE SmackDown. We are here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Nobody covers pro wrestling live as much as we do, the way we do it, and no one's bringing you this much original content, this much, this, that, and the third, and we're still growing 100%. Big things popping, little things stopping up to some season never sleeps. So 100% you are doing your friends a disservice if you're not telling them about us. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. It's free, it costs you nothing, but it means the world to us. 100%, because this is still always growing, always learning, always expanding. Like I said, big things popping. But how y'all doing tonight? Speaking of big things popping, I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player.
Because I see some ladies. Never mind.
Because I see some people in the chat that should be hitting subscribe now, baby.
Thank you.
Baby.
Thank you for saving that, because I would have stuck to the original.
Don't worry. I'll save that, and you can save me.
I pictured Big Dog volunteering quick. Yes, folks, we're rolling through SmackDown. I am in a commercial break. Big Nick is going to take a pause. And like he said, make sure you hit like, subscribe. We are climbing in our numbers, and it's been fun. It's been a crazy time. Yesterday, we marked 17 months as a channel. So we're rolling along. Still just a baby. It's a musical. What? Yeah, really good, Boston. I actually remember watching the episode of Lifestyles with Jordan. It was back in the day. Now, what the hell did I miss? What did Boston say? Wolf of Wall Street is a banger of a movie. That's one of the best movies ever. Ever. Might be there as one of my favorites of all time. There you go. Great minds think alike. If you haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street, go watch it. The Art of Selling. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, you have that book? Yeah. I mean, in my line of work, yeah, it definitely applies. That's awesome. What's longer, an average shopping list or commander's schedule? JV, this guy's everywhere. Everywhere. But Paul Heyman is in the ring. Dun, dun, dun. What does it mean, folks? What does it all mean? And by the way, if you're in the chat right now, get in there and let me know how you feel about what you just saw with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. I want some opinions on this. I should remember. The Almighty Hurt Business will interview near the end of the Battle Royal tomorrow. Interesting. Paul with his serious face on tonight. I heard Bray, Randy, and Rock rumored for SummerSlam. What do you think will happen? I don't think they're going to unload everybody on one night. I think if they are, let's say, hypothetically, all three of them are ready to come back, then I think we get one or two at SummerSlam. They'd save one for one of the weekly shows. But I'm all for all three names. Get them in there. Get them back. It would be great. Interfere makes more sense, Rocco, by the way. Actually watched it not too long ago. I think a couple months ago. And if I ever accidentally catch it like on something, can't turn it off. Now, so basically, Paul shooting on Jay as expected. Let me see. Talking with brashness. Different little attitude and swagger on Paul tonight, guys. Very interesting. The crowd is lit. I give you that, Aaron. They've been into everything. And I can't get over the reaction for Bobby Lashley. I haven't seen a reaction for Bobby like that in a long time. Paul Heyman for the Hall of Fame in Philly. That would be perfect. It will be very interesting, though. I wonder if Paul is willing to do it. That's the only thing I'm think holds it back. Of he doesn't want to go in yet. But I say go in. Nobody needs Ryback. You're wrong, J-Boy. Nobody needs Ryback. Heyman is the best manager of all time. There's no changing my mind on that. I'm with you. I'm with you, Boston. And I know recently, I mean, Paul was ruthless when he was asked about that. He had a whole bunch of evidence to back up his claim of being the GOAT. And when he was asked about Bobby Heenan, he said, he's dead. Screw him. Oops. But here we go. That was Chief Maivia on my screen. So Paul breaking it down. Tribal combat. Oh, they showed The Rock. They showed Rikishi. We got all these AI characters flying at us right now. But The Rock was there. Kishi. Heyman is GOAT. Yeah. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? My boss is basically Jordan, smaller budget. Okay, so we are getting a lot of the Samoans involved, at least tonight in the package. We will see if they are there tomorrow, but so they're not really giving us anything new here. But nice to kind of build up this rivalry between Jay and Roman. Any action so far? A little bit. We had LA Knight finally get another win. We also had the Street Profits came back with Bobby Lashley. That very interesting, looking sharp, taking out basically everybody they wanted to. This is good. No, I like it. Very interesting. But are you guys surprised we got The Rock in the little package? Yes, he is. Great video packages. Yeah, they've really dug in. I mean, WWE's been second to none on that kind of thing for a long, long time. RVD 420. One of a kind. Good show for JJ Big Dog, Bobby H, who's my favorite manager. Slick Rick was good too. Oh, so we got company. Here comes Jay. And the crowd is alive, folks. On their feet. I mean, people talk about pumping shit in, but you can physically see the crowd into this tonight. I love it. WWE teases Rock makes sense. They didn't calm the chat down before. They never will. It's good for business, right? It really is. The more people think that might happen, the more people tune in, even if we never get it. It's kind of funny. Tomorrow is the end of the Bloodline story, and I mean old Bloodline story, and starts a new Bloodline story tomorrow. Rocco, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like it will be very interesting to see what comes next. And it might not be the end of the Bloodline story. This could carry to Payback. It really could. But the crowd is with Jay. Yeah, I don't know if this is finality yet. I don't. The whole effing show. Dun, dun. Could you see Stephen A manage Bobby Lashley? No. No, Keyshawn. No. No, I don't want to see Stephen A manage anybody. The heel profits. There we go. Thank you. Stopping by the show to support for us creators. Thank you. We greatly appreciate it. And go check out David Kane as well, guys. Give him some love for giving us some love. And thank you so much for the super chat as well. There you go. Even Big Nick saying thank you. From the beyond. The Weasel. No, listen. The Weasel was the guy. The Weasel was the standard. I happen to feel like if you look at the entire career of Paul Heyman, the guy has made it work. And it's really undeniable what he's done over the last decade, the people he's been associated with, what he's brought to the table, what he's meant. Overall, I think Paul Heyman has eclipsed Bobby Heenan. Rest in peace, Bobby. But I think Paul has eclipsed him on that depth chart. Trending number 1 in the United States, SmackDown on X. Y'all are confusing. Jimmy will return at SummerSlam. Dale, I'm with you, buddy. That makes the most sense. And he's playing with the crowd now. Jay, again, underrated. The Usos' promo skills have been underrated in their career. When you talk about greatest tag teams of all time and you look at the overall package, not only do they deliver in the ring, they're an underrated promo, in my humble opinion. By the way, Commander just did a rope run into a Hurricane Rana, damn near killed Joey Janela, and now he's doing another one. And Commander for the win. There you go. If anybody was wondering what's happening in GCW tonight, Commander just beat Joey Janela, but damn near died. They had about 1.5 feet between the ring and the guardrail, and they cared not. We got music as Solo, I believe. Here comes Solo. Bloodline. Oh, you're referring to new members. That is also a very intriguing part of this. Nick has talked about, do they bring in mercenaries? Do they bring in non-Samoans to help fortify Roman, or are there members of the Samoan dynasty out there that they're going to recruit and bring in? I would love it. I think it would be a great way to spark this. If Roman's going to continue to hold this belt to WrestleMania, maybe beyond WrestleMania, then make it count, make it worth it, make it make sense. Hit the like button, folks. Subscribe. Go to Wrestling for Life Network on Discord. Chambers, love it, appreciate it. And that's very true. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit the subscribe. We're on Discord, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and we got more coming your way. So make sure you go follow it all. Get yourself a snazzy little t-shirt and be a part of the For Lifeies. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch what Jay's throwing at Solo. Basically telling Solo he's doing to you what he did to me. Bill Afonso, what? So Jay trying to appeal. Oh, Solo eyeing down Paul. And this is where Paul is bread and butter. With just a look on Paul's face and a pause, not a single word. It tells you everything you need to know. It's fucking amazing. Bloodline changed their cooler next SmackDown. Okay. It's a joke, big dog. Hence the laughing face. There you go. It's all love and games. How about Paul E. dangerously for manager? Right? Oh, Jay kicking Solo. Out he goes. Bye-bye now. Jimmy Hart is still alive, so God doesn't answer my... Oh, wow. Appreciate the stickers, buddy. Stokely Hathaway would have been perfect for to manage the Street Profits. Listen, Bibbins, Stokely, my buddy Bibbins has been underutilized in AEW. I know he's kind of doing this Ring of Honor thing, but it's not great. It's not good. I think they could do so much with Bibbins. I think they could have done more with him in the WWE as well. It's unfortunate. Jay has to do the haka before the match. Dude, I'm telling you, he should. 100%. Totally in. Do it up. So has Heyman ever had a bad time? All his WWE guys have been top tier to ECW too. I mean, people would look to the fact that ECW died. He wasn't able to keep it alive. Had a lot of controversy, a lot of heat around the money and how things went. And a lot of people said he might be a wrestling genius, but he's a bit of he wasn't the best of businessmen, at least at that time. But other than that, I mean, again, a lot of people would have, you look at, the Russos or the Bischoffs of the world that went off, and they didn't really come back to the wrestling world once they were done with it. Bischoff, a little more of an exception. But at the end of the day, Paul found a niche, found a way to be in. He got with the flow, even though he was a little controversial and a little abrasive. So, yeah, I mean, you got to give Paul credit for his longevity and being tied to so many big names. So Rey Mysterio suffered severe whiplash. Interesting. If Jimmy betrays Jay, think he'll go back to Roman and Solo. If he betrays Jay, but I can't imagine that's going to be the case. That would be crazy, and I don't know how they would write that. Speaking of crazy and not knowing how to write it.
What? But no, my quote before was a Paul Heyman quote. So before anyone starts thinking I'm coming at Jimmy Hart, no, it was a Paul Heyman quote.
Yeah, no, it was funny as hell.
But I wanted to see if we're in a sections where I could talk here. So the commentator's just talking. I saw a clip earlier today about Paul Heyman. This was back when he was with Brock, of talking about transcending and going beyond the manager position. Like, he's no longer a manager. He was the CEO of the Dangerous Alliance, and then he was, initially Brock's agent, and then he became the advocate. Now he's the wise man. All very similar-ish to obviously a manager, but they have that different vibe. Like, he's not taking bumps, really. He's not taking, it's not, you got to beat Roman to get 5 minutes with Heyman.
Here comes A-Town Down, folks, for your next match as he takes on Escobar. And Michael Cole saying that Rey Mysterio suffered whiplash last week.
The Iron Man 2 or 3 villain? I think that's their polite way of saying he had a concussion.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Did he just say new tribal chief? Well, dude, that's what's up for grabs. It's not just the belt. This is tribal combat. Did you see the tribal combat package?
Pause. No. I heard you talking about it, and it wasn't what I hoped it would be. I thought it was going to go back to like when we got the initial Roman and Jay thing, to where they're showing them as kids, and we run through all of that to where Roman's sitting there and talking to them, and where how we've gotten from the start to the end, because I feel this is the end.
Well, I don't know if this is the end. I will say that. But it was more leaned towards the actual. So in the beginning, it was kind of cool because they had AI renderings of The Rock, Rikishi, Alpha, Sika, Maivia. So that was very intriguing that The Rock was in this package.
Interessante.
But they were all like Samoan Warriors AI edition. And then it kind of went into the importance of it. And there was a lot of clips of the history between Jay and Roman. I thought overall it was really good.
Fair enough. Tupac didn't come out as a hologram and perform Hit 'Em Up or anything like that.
Not yet.
First off, the big show. And you keep claim as I've got Sawyer Wreck versus I'm missing the homie's name here, but I've got Sawyer Wreck in a match on GCW. But did it compel you more to be more interested in tomorrow's match?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, I think with this package that we got tonight would have been better in place of the segment we got last week. Short, sweet, to the point, told us everything we needed to know.
But did it do better than, I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen it going around social media and everything, the whole thing that they had with Jey Uso, to where he's showing packing up around the kids and everything for him heading out to Detroit and all of that.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, when you add that family aspect, when you add that real feel to it versus this is another wrestling storyline, I think that's where they hit that notes that they really need to.
Yeah, fair enough. What if we get a swerve that no one expects and Solo turns on Roman at SummerSlam and Jay wins the title? That would be a swerve that nobody expects.
I have honestly halfway had this festering pause in the back of my head, a little bit of who is the one that beats Roman. Jay, I know it would be one of those of Jay beats Roman and then Roman gets it back probably quickly. But what if you get your training day moment and Solo snaps and just I can't fucking take this anymore, as Roman sitting there destroying his brother.
Yep.
Granted, I think you'd still have to have Jay come out, and even if he wobblies comes out, but
and I still feel like that's what Jay's promo tonight led to, right? Like that's what he was talking about. He's doing the same things to you, Solo. He's saying the same things to.
He went J-Rock. It could happen to me. It could happen to you.
Exactly. So that seed has been planted. What does it mean, or will it come to be? I mean, shit. Imagine we get Solo versus Roman at Payback.
I don't think we get that far. That I get whatever. Like I get where you were going with that, and I think that's another seed. Like we've seen this planned for a hot minute, to where he's sitting there holding the ceremonial lei, and he's kind of eyeing Roman, and he's eyeing the lei, and he's eyeing Roman. That's again, I think they've set it up to where there's still a lot of slow burn stuff across the board for WWE storylines.
Who was the Samoan guy in the Cruiserweight Classic and was NXT? Isn't he related to the Bloodline? Forgot his name.
Oh, you're thinking of Zion Quinn? No.
He wasn't a Cruiserweight, was he?
He might have been.
Speaking of
for damn sure not Bronson Reed.
Cameron Grimes is here.
I thought you were about to say Cameron Grimes, that forgotten Samoan.
Cameron Grimes versus Austin Theory.
I got FIFA commercial.
Okay. I'll wait for you.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'll wait for you.
David, I can't stand the Hawaiians. What the fuck kind of statement is that? What are you, Austin Powers' father? There's only two people I can't stand in this world. Those who are intolerable of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
The Hawaiians.
And the Hawaiians.
Them and their pineapple.
Right. Pizza. Well, that works out because they're Samoan, so there's a difference.
Oh, that's hilarious, though.
People track the out-of-wrestling content and shows and post it on Twitter. WWE does low numbers, unsurprisingly, Rory. What the fuck are you just saying? What?
Wait, what?
Translate that. Explain that. I don't want to keep going back.
Right.
Oh. And another commercial break. More commercials than wrestling content. Oh, I get what he's saying now. Okay, it clicked in my head because I've seen this to where people track literally the amount of time or percentage that you get wrestling on your screen out of a show outside of like in-ring action.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to say WWE trends less than, but they're certainly not on the high end.
Yeah.
Collision actually leads the pack.
Yeah, and I mean they have improved, which is funny because we still have lots to be desired. But there was nights, I think, what was it, mid 2022 or late 2021 into 2022, they were averaging like 18 to 21 minutes of action on their fucking weekly shows. This is horrendous. 5 hours of wrestling and 20 minutes in the ring is insane.
Right. But by the way, so if you haven't done so already, give us your predictions whether they're taking Cameron Grimes or whether they're taking Austin Theory. I've got Grimes with a tope con bank account to the moon on the outside after Escobar got escorted to the back after he was trying to come out.
ECW died a slow, painful death, and it was definitely my favorite promotion. The WWE version was awful. It doesn't even count. I don't count it.
Yeah, no. That's a separate company. And I don't know if ECW died a slow death. I think it died. What made it painful is it was the little engine that everybody wanted to win.
Yeah.
And you knew it was heading towards a fucking cliff and you couldn't change course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I get the slow, painful side of things, but it was like, if you ask Heyman, he'll explain, like, if he could have just landed the TV deal that made sense, then they would have been fine, and da-da-da-da-da-da. And other people just say, Paul Heyman wasn't the best.
Counterpoint to that is, I want you to throw me off the air because you won't back. Like, you can't go at the company, like your cable company, your cable provider, and then still be like, well, we didn't get a good shake. Like, I get it, but sometimes do too much.
We could make a whole episode on that. The life and death.
We need to do it.
Down.
Fair enough. That's the thing. 100%. Let us know in the comments after the video, not the live chat, because we want
the live chat.
Vitamins, because I'm not going back and watching myself talk again for another 4 hours. But let us know what you guys want to see us cover, want to see us talk about. Give our opinions, our takes on.
This is a good match. I don't mind this match at all, guys.
Wow. You say that as I've got Sawyer Wreck getting hung with a chain on GCW as Joey Janela breaks it up. Just juxtaposition here.
Well, this match started by Joey getting jumped, and then Sawyer came out. Now, Joey picking up the big man. Good job, Joey.
What? 2, 3 count for Austin Theory.
Oh, you just got the 3 count now. Perfect.
Yeah, I told you I'm behind all the way around. Speaking of behind, I'm looking at Sawyer Rex. Oh, what the fuck was that shitty choke slam? Respectfully, that was just he just slipped on a banana peel and just fell through a door.
Escobar's in the ring. Your next United States champion, folks.
Yeah. He's getting that Ronald Mysterious rub. Pause.
Now, see, I haven't heard a whole lot of people belly aching about this match not being on SummerSlam.
I haven't a whole lot of people even really for the US. Like, the IC title right now is way more talked about than the US title, significantly. The only reason people paid attention to the US title is because LA Knight was had the trajectory, I'll get the words out, to go for it.
Could we see somehow get a match at Mania where it is Jay and JV on that good tonight?
Yeah, you in that cipher with Richard.
A fatal 4-way amongst the Bloodline makes no sense. You just water down things like when you do a 4 pillars match.
Oh, yes. I approve. Well, I like this. The TLD, I went to December to dismember. Oh, I feel bad for you, my guy. It was a crap light of my life.
Yeah, I bet it was. Shit.
Ooh. Nope. Steve-O, baby.
What's up, Steve-O?
What do you guys think of the new Bobby Lashley Street Profits faction? Because I sure don't want to see Bobby, I'll get there, face off against Austin again. They're done that.
No, this is what I think. Sorry if I jumped on that, Nick.
No.
I think that Escobar is going to win and Bobby Lashley and friends are going to take out the LWO. And then we avoid Bobby and Austin again.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, Austin's is involved with the LWO. I think Bobby and the Street Profits, and maybe if we get Carmelo and or Trick, I could see them. Maybe that's the next, faction. The next.
Oh, one of them come out of it. Okay.
Well, no, I was saying Bobby versus Roman. I still want that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying for sure.
As nice little video for Asuka there. We get a training montage, and she actually looks like a badass for once in her however long career in WWE. Is we're getting up next the Waller effect with special guests Bayley and Io Sky. And again, as we were talking about earlier, they go all out with a different carpet, and we've got plants and all of this for the Waller effect. But if it's anything involving the Bloodline, you get some chairs, or you just all stand there with mics in your hand.
Like I said, Nick, they turned the ring into a boat last Monday. Come on now.
I'm on a boat, motherfucker. With my flippy floppies.
Right. We're in another commercial break. So the show rolls on. We're actually creeping towards, getting late in this one. I will remind everybody, we're not going anywhere. We're sticking around for AEW Rampage. We also have GCW, which is in an intermission. Nick's favorite right now. Thank God.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you can have that. I got SmackDown. I still want to see, because we had Juice earlier saying that he was at Rampage, and as we saw on that reporting, and he even said a lot of people were walking out towards the end. So I want to see what drove the masses away. Because notice how no one talks about All Access anymore. I don't even know if that's still on the air.
I think it's done.
So many people are heartbroken over that. So many people just miss it. They're watching replays. Rampage has been one of those, Rampage is the TNA of AEW. It's just one of those that, you're still here? What the fuck?
This question's funny. Who's your favorite jobber of all time?
Oh.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
I almost want to say define jobber, because I feel like a lot of people have a loose and not accurate interpretation on that. I mean, obvious name that comes to mind initially is the Brooklyn Brawler, because he's literally 100% of what you picture and think of as a definition of a guy who could still get you over, still do a thing, but the second he comes out, he's not winning.
Right. When he had the big rat that was a possum, that was my favorite shit.
Who?
When they had that fucking rat match and they show the rat and it's a possum.
I don't even remember this at all.
Got that one. We got that one. Santos Escobar is great member of Lawo, though still Keyshawn. All right. That's one for you, Keyshawn.
No,
Nope.
I like this. Ziggler's my current favorite jobber.
He's the modern day jobber. He's been good.
No, this is where again to me I feel like
Is
there's
that
difference.
definition?
Well, yeah, this is when you get into definitions of Ziggler's 100% a mid-cardy type guy. He's a Bob Holly type of to where he could still go on a run and well, I would say Ziggler could go on a run before Bob could, but he's not going to be one of those guys that he's not going to win. Not know way, not know how. Sympathetic in me just kind of also wants to halfway take Gilbert, by the way, because
Gilbert?
No one has done a parody gimmick better than Gilbert.
Sorry, I just saw Tara Reid on my screen, and I was like, "What?"
Terrorizing hunters out there. What? I've got the second gear crew here. I've got Mance and Manders.
Barry Horowitz is a good one, Rory. I like that one. Barry O, a couple of people.
Right.
David Young from TNA. Okay.
Ooh, so we're getting deep cuts now. We're getting deep cuts.
Iron Mike Sharp, like the names.
Funaki.
Yeah,
no,
Funaki
was not always a jobber. Him and Taka Michinoku were one half of the tag team title champs at one point.
Oh, great.
Juan out here just wanting to have a match. What?
WWE wants you to know that Kid Rock this Saturday at SummerSlam.
Fuck it. The last time we saw Kid Rock at a SummerSlam, he was making out with
his sister.
Well, what some would classify as a human being. The side of the ring there. Free Willy.
Oh, that's not nice. No. Tupac. All right, so Kid Rock going to be performing at SummerSlam, apparently. George South. That's your classic.
Is it really a performance, though, or is it more of a disaster?
I don't know anymore.
Is it just he sits there while we listen to Kid Rock songs? Just like he hits play on a CD player and he just sits there while we all listen?
The Aussie icon. Interesting.
Bro.
Kid Rock being there for SummerSlam makes me want to cancel my Peacock.
See? Yeah.
Tie and tie. Beautiful.
Well, I'm packing up my game and I'm head out west.
Here's a blast from the WWF Pass SD. Special Delivery Jones. That's old school.
Are we gonna start just calling out like the Goon and shit? Like
that? It's funny. I referenced him last night, so that's 2 for 2 on the Goon.
Notice how we haven't made a Shrek reference yet.
Not yet.
Give it time. Don't worry, we will.
Alexis wasn't here. That must have been what happened. Where's
Alexis? No, she was here initially. She hasn't been out here yelling about her swamp.
All right.
Oh my God, I think Kid Rock is amazing too. When did Aaron say that? Yeah, he was shouting out Tupac. Oh, Kid Rock is Mr. SummerSlam. No, the fuck he is not. Seth Rollins is Mr. SummerSlam.
Kid Rock's a Hall of Famer, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he is. Okay. So that was it. Who was the 3? Was it Donald Trump, Kid Rock, and
Fred Durst?
No, there was 3 of them. They were all WWE Hall of Famers at the UFC event. I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Oh,
and you're like, look at that class.
Yeah, that's why at times we wonder why it doesn't, have my name is Kid.
Listen, I know now what we feel, but at that time, that was
100%. I used to be a Kid Rock fan, and now he's just what you hear at a Southern gas station.
The Brooklyn Jobber.
I couldn't have at me.
Kid Rock, We the People, Born Free. There you go.
Yep, those are things. Bray Wyatt will come in. Whoa. What? That was.
I think Bailey's going to screw EO, by the way. I think Bailey's going to screw up the cash in.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Bailey's out here already talking for EO, and EO keeps giving her the side eye.
Ted Nugent. Does
We
that
got
shirt
that
say
subscriber fever.
does that t-shirt say Tad Nugent?
Ted Nugget.
We're gonna stay up late, watch SummerSlam, and in the morning I'm making waffles. I like that, Boulder.
We spoke about the Shrek references, and Big Dog had to just be like, "Hold on, I got you."
Right, hold my beer. Hold my
Kid Rock and Creed. No, piss off. Well, I'd take Creed. Just
hello, my friend. Alive.
Hello, my friend. We'll meet again.
God bless to Paul Rubin, known as Pee Wee Herman.
Yes. I was going to say, fun fact, my first ever live concert was Nickelback. So
I'm going to say Pee Wee Herman.
No. What? We shared.
My first ever concert was Creed.
Oh, by the way, Bailey out here looking like a dime piece.
Shotzi on a tank with here she comes.
Right.
New look.
I know where you're going.
Yeah. I waited till the helmet came off.
Yeah. But I think this is still Bailey showing that, everyone that was concerned with her knee injury, that
oh wait, it's a
she's
decoy.
Still good to go.
It's a decoy.
Skynet has taken over the tank.
Shotzi chat.
Speaking up behind on Bailey, and I see that's the thing. Is she knows she's like, just please don't be
rocking a fanny pack.
Don't. Yeah, that's an awkward look. Why the fuck do you have a fanny pack? We're gonna have scissors in here. She's gonna cut Bailey's hair.
Oh, here we go.
You watch. I bet you. Why else would you have a fanny pack in a wrestling match?
Ding. Point Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I love how they put this. I love how they put the razor sound over the speaker, the world's loudest clipper.
Right. When did we get Brutus the Barber Shotzi out here?
Hey.
I mean, I get the initial reason, but
hey,
can you have a hair versus hair match when one person's already shaved their head?
We got Selena, Juan. This one's for you.
Zelina's the distraction here. So are we interesting?
Yeah, I think EO might try to cash in and it not go well. I'm concerned.
I don't want her to be the first person. Well, she wouldn't be the first person, but I don't want her to be the women's Money in the Bank cash in tends to have a really high success rate, much higher than the men's. I don't want her to be one of those people that. Oh, up next we're getting Zelina versus EO. Yeah. So that was the whole tie-in.
Yes. Would she not be the first woman to fail?
Potentially. I mean, well, it depends on how you want to look at Carmella's the first women's Money in the Bank ladder match and everything like that. But yeah, she might be actually.
There you go.
Wrong show.
Wrong show. Accidental haircut. That'd be even funnier. Like she slips. Shotzi versus Bailey at Payback. If Bailey loses, shave her head. I feel like that's too far away. We'll see what they do.
You got time. Maybe you do it on a SmackDown. I could give you that. That's the thing is, I like that we're building to now. Not every storyline has to get paid off at a pay-per-view because some storylines get paid off on a weekly show, and that makes you want to tune the fuck in.
Fair enough.
Right.
You're not wrong. Given all the funky haircuts these days, shaving a head is a little on the dull side. I begrudge that comment a little bit.
Yeah, mine's kind of grown out, but I was gonna say, are we doing this because we're normally,
dull
of the bald-headed brethren,
right? Shiny as could be.
Pause, Juan, down, boy.
Right.
Boy, if that ain't the fucking pot calling the kettle black, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, no kidding. That's the dog on the wrong end of the leash.
Facts.
What up, Jocko?
Or are you Yakko, like Yakko? We got Yakko, Wacko, and Dot.
Sorry, I just looked over at GCW, and we got Mance Warner. I think he was pulling a skewer out of his palm, and now they're shoving.
I don't know, but I just got him getting jabbed with a skewer, and I thought for half a second.
Oh, look! Ah,
we got Manners and I got his goddamn name. Oh, I feel so bad. I don't know his
Who are
name
you
right
thinking?
now.
Mance Warner?
Well, no, Mance Warner and Manners, who just took a dive off the fucking built up stage through doors there. Trevor Murdoch. No, not Trevor Murdoch.
Not Trevor.
John Wayne Murdoch. There we go. Thank you.
Howdy, partner.
Right.
Oh, we got. Oh, wow. He just shoved a whole bunch of skewers into his forehead. It's anarchy in the arena in GCW, folks.
Are we really surprised though? I mean, it is GCW. We were talking so much about ECW there and how we got, the ECW legend Rob Van Winkle there on AEW.
Right.
That now we've got GCW out here.
What? I know we're on WWE, but we're in a commercial break. What did you think about RVD popping up?
It's such a wait and see because it's one of those. I feel like it could have initially led to a match at Wembley, but that depends on what RVD can do.
True.
I hope that they're not building this up to Jack Perry versus Taz.
Could you imagine?
Well, some people have said, well, there's got to be a name that's going to come out and be involved with this more than RVD, unless we're going to keep this going with him and RVD. So who else could it be? I'm surprised. How would you feel if you're in the locker room and everything like that? You're sitting at catering and everything like that, and Tony hasn't answered your text in 2 months and everything like that. But all of a sudden, you hear him ponying up for Pantera's Walk coming out for by the way, unironically 4 minutes and 20 minutes or 20-second segments with Rob Van Dam. Right.
That was on purpose for sure. Yeah, it's very intriguing. We talked a lot about this with the AEW at times with the AEW booking. Now, by the way, we got Io and Zelina in the ring, which I'm all for this match. Get a prediction. Right.
Well, Curtis is taking Zelina for the upset win. Juan's saying Tommy Dreamer could be somebody that comes out. I could see it being Bully if we're going to go that way.
I mean, the problem with Bully, though, is they're trying to build up this big, badass heel Jack Perry. Bully
crushes him.
Bully crushes him?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
I don't think it's a good idea.
You put Bully Ray, Bubba Dudley in the ring with Jack Perry.
Gonna eat him alive.
You don't even have to have a match. You just have him on the mics, and he crushes them.
That's why
it's Shaq versus Dwight Howard in the ring.
Yeah,
you think one's gonna actually hold weight, and then they fucking don't.
No, it's not even a fair fight. And I think Tommy's a lighter in that regard. Sabu, I don't think you're going to see back because of the controversy that happened last time. It could lead to Taz, but what can Taz do? I have no idea.
All right. Have I said so much as a word? Well, I don't know what y'all going on about. Y'all do it. I want to see Bully as Jack Perry's mouthpiece. Ooh.
That would work.
Jocko saying The Rock return at SummerSlam. I don't think so. If he does, it involves Roman.
It would be very interesting if he does, guys. I mean, again, he was included in the package. Will people read too much into that? Yes. But I mean, it's very interesting that when you're talking about Samoans, they were like, we got to put The Rock in there.
Right. Oh, we just got an assisted tombstone through a ladder, through shards of glass onto Mance Warner for
a kick out. And a kick out.
And we still have panes of glass in each opposite.
Oh my God.
Bailey. Oh, she's going to get shaved. Let's
look
put
like
a
an
smile
episode of
on
Orange is the New Black around here.
I like how the Clippers are just sitting there on the ring like the stage area, and there's no like sound or anything like that. It's just still piped through like they're just running. Like, no, anyone who's a male who has used clippers before knows, no, that shit's jumping around like it's a fucking hot potato.
And your Money in the Bank holder loses.
Pop Rocks.
Wow.
Is it a Pop Rocks? Is it Canadian Destroyer at this point? For a 1, 2, 3.
It was more of a Pop Rock.
But this is how you forget about Io. You write her out.
Man, I don't like it. I would rather her go in with strength, win this match, remind everybody that she's worth having the title. Not like, well, if she loses, people think she's a loser, that she can't win. That's bad booking.
Does Io take more of a loss here, or is this more continuing the Shotzi Bailey thing? That's the question.
That is actually valid because that becomes the focus, and it really kind of they fight into the aisleway, and to me,
it sets up more of the dissension between Io and Bailey because Bailey's the one that caused the distraction, which cost Io.
Yeah, now I think it's going to be something stupid like Io goes to cash in, but then Shotzi shows up and Bailey bumps into Io and they both fall down and she doesn't win it.
The fucking Three Stooges shit? No.
What is that? Is that a screwdriver?
I've got Murdoch. Oh, with a crossroads onto a popped up steel chair, and the one called Manners with a clothesline, and they're pinning each other through just shards of light tubes and everything. It looks like they've salted the ring because it's just literally shards of light tubes and broken glass.
Folks, if you were just tuning in, we are also watching GCW, and right now we got a 6-man tag, and it is carnage. It looks like Anarchy in the Arena times 10. It is insane, and like Nick just said, it looks like they've salted the ring, but it's glass. Legit glass, not glass.
Right. Where was it? Oh,
I have no idea.
No, Aaron says Stevie Richards. Well, I mean, he's a halfway friend in the channel. I was going to say we could maybe ask him, be like, so you doing that? I want to see Sandman with kendo stick.
That's about all you're going to get at this point.
That and a Nick Weiser. Why?
Right. We saw him recently on something, and it was a long, slow walk to the ring.
Well, he might have been walking to a hockey rink. We don't know. He might have been fighting in some fucking arena that has some shit like that. Aaron says BWO was jobbers.
Fair enough.
No, BWO was actually, I feel, halfway underrated. Granted, Blue Meanie, jobber. But still got himself over. Was very interesting. What?
The Oddities.
The Oddities was 100% a faction fucking... Oh, it was a jobber faction. We had fucking Kurgan. We had Golga. Fucking John Tenta just sat there put on a mask and just became obsessed with Eric Cartman.
Right, and he was... it's too funny.
He put on a fucking brown turd leather gimp mask and became obsessed with Eric Cartman.
Right. We're getting the breakdown for SummerSlam. Going through all the matches. Right now I got Seth and Finn on the screen. Is it a coincidence or done by design that ECW originals are showing up on AEW when we have Mania 40 in Philly and there might be a Paul Heyman Hall of Fame?
Done by design.
I think so. But again, I don't think RVD will be at WrestleMania 40. He's not staying with AEW long term.
Yeah, it's done by design, but not for that reason. It's done by design because we have the FTW championship involved with this, because we were going to have him versus Jerry Lynn, which is still, to me, a guy who has never really, to me, fully gotten his flowers for what he did in the ring is Jerry Lynn.
Here comes Jay. Now, here's a question, Nick. You don't want to feel like a secondary promotion, but you keep spot booking the other company's alum to big up your shit.
Big up. It's a stick up. By the way, I believe the Second Gear crew picked up the win, as we very clearly going to be getting a pause for the cause here on GCW, as they got a damn near turn over the whole ring. But still, I saw people read into what Tony said about Hunter's comments about it being a secondary promotion, everything. Which A, what is Hunter supposed to say? B, what is Tony supposed to say? Of we're second place. But at the same time, I think that could be a bit of, like we've talked about, I think initially earlier, about like the issues with the women's division, especially in AW, of at this point a solid 90 to almost 95% of the men's roster on AW is ex-WWE. And that's just a part of the nature of the beast of everyone's been through there.
Yeah.
But they all know at least how to coexist. They all know how to operate. They know how to, make it work.
All right. 3-0-1 says Curtis. I'm not sure what the angle is with EO, Bailey, and Shotzi. They could be setting us up for EO's cash in to be a bigger shock than expected. Could be. I'm worried it's not that, though.
Fair enough. But I've got friend in the channel, Cole Radrick, about to be in a match here on GCW. But Steven saying Kendall Windham, and then just says another name. Yeah. That good old jobber, another name.
Right.
I like Russell here. White, Wrasslin, smoke, and 2 cups of chocolate milk time. White.
Like it.
What are you fucking Tommy Pickles? Got to have my chocolate milk.
Right. Nothing wrong with a good glass of chocolate milk.
I'm a strawberry milk guy. I don't do chocolate milk. I do strawberry milk. If I'm doing flavored milk, I do strawberry milk. Side note, you talked about chocolate milk, fucker.
Fun fact. I know. I'm just surprised you're a strawberry milk guy. That's lovely. That's not a bad shout, James. Damien could cash in on Roman. No, that's not a good shout. It's not happening, guys. It is not happening.
But by the way, if in case you're wondering what's going on with GCW, they're having to like goddamn Zamboni this fucking ring out of like shards of glass and things that are gonna hurt you real bad right now.
Right. JV's back in the chat saying actions speak louder than words. Tony Khan should have kept his mouth shut and proved everyone wrong with an amazing Wembley, but like a little child, he had to open his mouth. I don't know. I disagree. I mean, he has every right to respond.
See, to me, if we're going to go at Tony Khan for talking versus not talking and everything like that, I think we talked about this earlier. To me, where you go at Tony Khan is we will obviously say less and learn how to blink, please. I know that's the first time I've ever tried to ask a human being to learn how to blink.
See this?
I don't know what this is.
Sorry, Edge 25-year celebration 2 weeks away in Toronto.
Could that be the end?
Almost.
This is the end, my friend. Hey, he said around August in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
What is he doing besides that? 25-year anniversary. But notice how all of this controversy has been going on about AEW's women's locker room.
Yes.
However you feel on it, Tony Khan has said shit about it.
Nope.
And I think he's been the one that's festered this culture the most.
Well, and again, I think you and I talked about this before we went on the air, is if we saw a story come out, trouble in the back room of, WWE, you wouldn't see Kevin Owens or Damian Priest or anyone else tweeting out like, oh no, that person's completely a dick and they should die. Like you wouldn't see that kind of response. Yet in AEW, you consistently see these fights, these battles. And to me, that's more alarming than what's true and not true.
Yeah, well, it almost becomes an issue of whether it's accurate or not. The fact that this shit is still being discussed and happening on a major promotion level is more damning almost.
Right.
Steven says Jay by DQ. Jay was so for the win. Jay beat Solo. I've said it before. I'll say it now. Solo is the second coming of Taz. Just a damn side meter. Wide. The Samoan wrecking machine.
Yep.
Got that one. They froze the Shotzi video on my TV. They just want to make sure you got it.
Oh. Good night.
A few rounds of strawberry milk does sound delicious. Pause.
I feel like it's a euphemism. I can't help it.
Right. Pistol Pez Wheatley. What? Edge 25-year celebration 2 weeks away. Yes.
Yes.
We got Unbroken. Hey, well, we just had a nice little riot over video games here. How was the show? What?
Okay. The show's been all right.
Very much, very much. As I have we've got Solo and Jay on SmackDown, and I have Crazy King coming out in a untied up straight jacket right now.
Yes. So you can imagine what we're about to get.
So we're gonna pay a lot of attention to Jey Uso and Solo right now.
I mean, it's our buddy Cole. It's Ratty Daddy taking on.
Damn it. God damn it. Damn it.
Right?
I was about to just pull SmackDown full screen. No disrespect, Cole, but
yeah, do it.
You better win. You better win, goddammit. Jay for the win. Jay walks out on this match. Ooh, I mean, you've been right once, but even a blind squirrel finds another every now and then.
Any chance that Roman shows up at the end of this, surprises everybody?
Maybe, but I've got Cole coming out. And speaking of ECW, he's got the old school GCW kind of style, like the GCW wrestling in the old ECW, like purple and red style on a tank top here as he grabs the light tube.
What was, I just saw something that I found intriguing. Where was that? So Jey interrupted. AEW turns nobodies into stars and stars into nobodies. I'm just kidding. But
I was gonna. Well, no, you're not kidding. I was gonna say, well, name me a nobody that they've turned into a star.
Would you argue, MJF? But he kind of
MJF a nobody. What?
Prior,
what? But on MLW, what? Generational talent.
In the wrestling world, I mean, that's a nobody until you get to as far as making.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Someone tell me a nobody that they've turned into a star. Why?
Would MJF count? He was a
no, fuck no.
Why not?
Because he was already built up. He was not at the level that he is now.
The general public knew who MJF was.
You can tell. I can name off people that started off in WWE, and that's the first time you've ever heard of them ever. That's the only time you've ever heard them step into a professional wrestling ring that have become top talent right now. You can't do
nobody into somebody.
Huh? What?
So MJF, you're not saying that they didn't.
I don't think he was a nobody to start off with.
Well, the general public didn't know who he was. And wrestling in MLW doesn't do anything for you. With the Bucks, I mean, they have
Hammerstone, Jacob Fatu. Those are nobodies.
Yeah, and to the general public, they very much is. They're not over.
Fair enough. That's a difference of interpretation. That's fine.
Would you consider them stars right now? Like if they walk down the street, people go, "That's Hammerstone."
MJF started off as a star. I wouldn't say that he started off as a nobody.
But he was. Like to the general public, nobody knew who he was. Like to the general people,
that's a difference of opinion. I'll give that to you 100%. You can have that. I disagree with you, but
I just don't think
I'm saying so. Moving past that, then maybe somebody else
that's an interesting one because I don't really agree. They've made any real big stars, like mainstream level stars. Who's a star right now? That if even the biggest names like a Kenny Omega, if he went into most places in public, people wouldn't stop him and go, "Are you this guy?" Who's a big star in AEW?
Well, I can think of stars, but I think most of them have built up their names in other promotions, whether it be WWE or even New Japan. I would even say arguably Ring of Honor, but that's a more of a deep cut.
I don't think so.
Gen Pop, as we got a Tope Conradrick, a Tope Conraddy Daddy.
There you go. Tony should have said, "You married into the company, not like NXT. I own my own company." On with a comeback.
What?
I mean, the easy comeback to that is you didn't really do anything. You just got an inheritance. So shut up.
Well, to me, it's one of those of everyone's like, oh, did you see Tony fired back at him of saying, oh, we're not a second promotion? What the fuck was he supposed to say? Yeah, we're second place. Yeah, you can have that.
No, but I don't think like I argued this earlier this week. It wasn't an offensive comment. A, because it's true, and B, because again, it's where you're at. You're 4 years in up against a multi-generational giant. So yeah, you're kind of in second place. Doesn't mean you're not trying really hard and you're not scooping up wins, but you're not the primary fucking taker in the market, not by even a fucking close margin. You're not even in the same conversation, really.
Oh, and everywhere AW fans, every AW smart just sent a chill down their spine here.
I'm saying when you're booking 12,000 seat arenas and putting 4,000 or 5,000 people in it, you're not the same thing. Yeah,
but when you're booking 90 seat or 90,
yeah, but Wembley's your outlier
arena and you're fitting almost 80,000 in it plus.
Yeah, I mean, that's their crutch, and then we're gonna see what they have to do as far as domestically and what they can make happen. Now, like, don't get me wrong, like I said, the secondary a secondary promotion can definitely have their wins. Wembley's a win for them, but that doesn't pole vault them into the primary position. Good job. You got lots of work to do.
Well, and that's to me, I guess, is one of those of what's wrong with knowing that you have work to fucking do to go against somebody that's established and shit. I was gonna say we're a fucking prime example of that. What's bad with knowing that you got to fucking you got to take down Goliath? Well, goddamn it, I'm David and I got a fucking slingshot and a pebble and I'm gonna make this shit work.
No. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna hit you right between the eyes, motherfucker.
I completely agree with that. I mean, I think that again, to be insulted of like, I mean, at least you're not the fourth or the third in the rank. Like, you're a secondary promotion for now. And you might believe that one day you will surpass the giant, and I commend you for thinking that. But I'm not saying AEW sucks, they're secondary. I'm just saying you're secondary to a bigger, badder monster right now.
Right now, you are not the top US promotion.
Yeah.
It's not saying anything negative. It is
global promotion.
That's saying
global is not just US. It's globally they are secondary.
Fair enough. I went for the throat. You went for the
I'm beating the head in with a rock.
Right. KJ and Nick and KJ kind of sound like Vince McMahon and Jesse Ventura when they debate, don't they? Because Boston said, where was it? I love when you two debate. Now, who's Vince and who's Jesse? I
don't know on this one. I don't know.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, no, we'll just leave it.
Right, you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Solo's all over Jay right now, folks. If you did not know, we are in the main event. We got Rampage next and GCW still rolling, but Solo all over Jay.
Right.
Soften him up.
Well, we had a big kind of body splash or body slam there from Jay, but right now, yeah, Solo's just running roughshod over Jay as white noise onto, again, shards of light tubes.
Yeah.
That's the ECW. That's the hardcore deathmatch seasoning of most people use salt in their pasta. They use shards of glass tubes. I'm feeling
it's been an intense night on GCW. I will say that there's been a lot of carnage, like 3 matches in a row required a whole lot of cleanup.
Well,
reversal
tends to be the way GCW goes. I'm still just hoping, fingers crossed, that Jeff Hardy doesn't take a bump in GCW.
Right. Kick to the gut, uppercut, and Solo. Huge clothesline.
Yeah.
They two going to challenge each other to a curling death match. Exploding rocks.
You'd have the advantage. You're Canadian.
Hey, don't bump your stones off mine, okay?
Oh, how can I do that when I am stoned?
Nick and KJ kind of got that one. I got the GCW pay-per-view on. My name is
Hi. Yes, I am. My name is what? Yeah, and I like though how you and I both initially were like, that's just the Slim Shady LP fucking cover art. Just literally just edited a little bit. Like, I see you. I see you.
Right. I've been looking at that for decades. What are you talking about?
Right.
Has it occurred to anyone that Tony is happy with second place? I don't think he is. And I don't think he knows any better. I just think that listen, I truly think he's happy with what he's doing and he's trying his best. And I don't fault him for that. I do disagree with some of his decision making and some of his management skills, but he's 4 years in. So
yeah,
we hope
kind
he gets better.
That's a rock bottom at that point. That's a goddamn rock bottom. That's not a Uranagi. That's a rock bottom.
You can't throw that hip twist in there.
Oh, right. You can't do that little turn with it. But no, I don't.
Duck. Super kick.
When you said duck initially, I was going to go duck, goose. What?
Super kick, spear. He used the spear again.
Oh, I got the miss on the spike here. Super kick. I'm a bit behind you. Super kick. As I've got Ready Daddy going through his table as a spear.
Jay up, Jay down.
I like that he's starting to use the spear just because if it only lasts to when he's Uso splash for the 1, 2, 3.
It's over. Clean.
If he only uses this for the Roman match, and because then he'll hit a spear and then Roman hits a spear and it's going to look 10 times more devastating.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The way Triple H spoke about AEW is as if it was dog shit or a pissant company, because he feels that way. He is the giant.
He's supposed to praise this company.
Yeah.
Because everyone that works at, Home Depot is a huge fan of Lowe's or vice versa.
Well, we always go to this analogy. It's the easiest one, but you see a lot of press release coming out from Coke about how great Pepsi is, right?
Right. Yeah. Seriously. Burger King just constantly is out there promoting
praising McDonald's.
McDonald's has got the freshest and hottest fries.
Solo got a chair, but Jay says not today, little brother.
Stunner.
This is what happens when little brother gets out of line. Big brother got to put him in place.
Right.
Solo just getting worn out.
Now we can't get Roman because by the end of the show,
it's too late now.
His entrance will still be going.
He'd be still walking in for SummerSlam.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Wow. Solo laid out. That's perfect, though. The hero in the story takes out the gatekeeper on the way to the big boss.
Yes, but as foretold in wrestling times, the babyface that goes over on the go home loses on the pay-per-view.
Night, Jay.
Right.
But Jey Uso standing tall to end SmackDown tonight as we go off the air. And the next time we see the WWE, it will be for SummerSlam tomorrow. Cole might have either got a near fall or a win. I'm not sure here. He might have won. He's bleeding everywhere, my buddy. He won. There you go.
Fair enough.
Shout out to Ratty.
Yeah.
No matter what Nick says, you're awesome, buddy.
What? You can have that. That ain't even what I'm at. I can't even come up with a fucking defense at this point. Man, just caught me with a fucking low blow out of the gate here. He won with a black mass, followed by another black mass into a convoluted pump handly slam.
A little clunky on the finish, but
convoluted as shit. Love you, Cole, but convoluted as shit.
These two are bleeding to great.
Bro, they're just out there seasoning themselves with fucking broken glass shards. Like, how the fuck are they not supposed to be bleeding?
Broken glass.
Moxley's jealous at how much they are bleeding.
Yeah, right? Ooh, good match. Love it. All right, folks.
Takes a bar restaurant. Well, not if you ask John Taffer. Etc. 5 to 10 years to break even or generate profit margin. AEW is doing fine. No one said that. And that's the thing that I fucking hate about this is that everyone goes into instantly of like, oh, well, everyone's saying they're going to be out of business. No one's fucking saying that narrative. Tony Khan has more money than Jesus. He will go until the bank account is run dry. It's one of those of whether it's good content, whether it's worthwhile, whether it's a viable option is a different discussion.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know if Unbroken was necessarily implied.
I just went off on one. You can
I mean, I always viewed it like an expansion sports team, right? You get a new sports team in a market, and they got to build. They got to
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, well, there you go. But I mean, again, I think I'm not panicked for the company. I think they got some flaws and some internal issues clearly that they need to iron out. And the better they get at that internally, the better the company can do. I'm still a fan of the product most nights. I just think it could be better. So I get frustrated with it.
Right. As I've got GCW on an out and outright intermission at this point, by the way.
Yeah. Interesting.
Curtis says Jay wins 4-0. Solo is a honey badger. Yeah, he's Tyron Matthew there. I'll give you that. Home Depot and Lowe's. Aren't the owners married? Why the fuck would I know? Coca-Cola is just a Pepsi that knows somebody.
I like it.
Fuck, you got me.
Jay stealing Solo's Pokemon cards again. I see the little brother. Yep, that's it. It goes down. It's never good for little brother. Right. I think you're a little brother, right?
No, I'm the oldest motherfucker.
Oh yeah, Big Nick. Okay, my bad.
Big. You gave me the nickname.
Did I?
Yes.
Don't tell people that, please.
Pause. Actually, you're going to deny our relationship in front of people, KJ. We're going to have have domestic court right now.
I got Jeff Hardy on Rampage, shaking hands with Kip.
I've got Kip doing the Garcia dance right now.
Why?
I ask myself every time I tune into Rampage, why?
Why?
Yeah, so we've got Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy. We've got the Limitless Hardys versus Kip Sabian and the Funky Bunch. I haven't seen who his partners are because versus the Butcher and Blade.
Right. Oh, okay. So I got him doing the Jeff Hardy dance, which looks ridiculous. And now
that's what it was. I thought it was the fucking
folks, get your ratings out of 10 We are still watching Rampage and GCW here tonight, but get your ratings in on what was a very interesting SmackDown. What are the chances Jimmy will turn on Jay? I think it's highly unlikely, guys. I don't know about you.
No, I've seen this whole thing going around, and I'm just like, why? Who thought this? Who thinks this is a good idea? Who thinks this is going to happen? Someone showed me your fucking reasoning or your homework behind this. Because it makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, I imagine Jay's going to be involved, but
Jimmy's the one who started this shit.
Right? It's all Jimmy's fault.
Right?
WWE is Coke and AEW is Pepsi.
That depends on your interpretation.
KJ in the Asuka promo, she says she has a plan. What if the plan is Kairi Sane?
Is Kairi Sane?
It's Carrie.
I forget that there was that rumbling going on for a little while of maybe Kyrie starts to make a comeback. I think she would be more siding with Io, or maybe we get the three of them paired together before we get a Kyrie versus Asuka feud. I think I kind of subliminally took Bianca to win the triple threat thing. Io cashes in because I guess I wanted a rematch of Bianca versus Io because that was fantastic in Puerto Rico.
Fair enough.
And we could maybe get Asuka versus Charlotte out of it.
Yeah, we could. Absolutely.
Well, by the way, I think you want to pause. How did you feel about her on a yacht? Charlotte Flair, I'm on a boat.
It was very interesting seeing her kind of present her like that. I mean, I was like, oh shit, does this mean she could maybe win? We haven't talked much about Charlotte while walking away with the belt.
But that almost, again, that at times feels like the layup still, unfortunately. She's got a little bit of that Roman Reigns treatment of you almost expect it, so you kind of want to go against it.
Matt Hardy just thumping the Butcher into each turnbuckle, going for a tag to his brother. And here
I right now got the Butcher and Jeff Hardy right now in the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Butcher dumping out Jeff Hardy, so I'll pause right there. Let me know when you get there. The crowd was super into J-Man. Coca-Cola is just pep. Oh, yeah, we got that one. Got that one as well. MLW is Tab. I like that. Impact is Sam's Cola from Walmart. Oh,
nice.
Oh, really? You're okay with that?
It just made me laugh.
At least give him RC Cola.
Yeah, you could have given us RC on that one. Fair
Royal
enough.
Canadian Cola, 100%.
Yeah, right?
It fits perfectly.
But it still popped me. Good job.
Pause. It popped you talking about pop? What? Well, actually, that's a secondary question. Do you call it pop or is it soda?
Pop.
Oh, fuck you.
Pop. Once you pop, you can't stop. Pause.
What in the name of Pringles did you just say?
7 out of 10 from Dale.
Where are you in this match? As I've got 8:45, 44, by the way, in the pause for the cause for GCW, which is again at times why we're hesitant with GCW.
I got the Blade in and I got pitcher and RVD.
Oh.
Rob Van Dam.
I've got picture in picture right now. I don't know if I got RVD. The Mets tried buying a championship team. It failed miserably, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Not everyone can be the Yankees.
Screw the Mets.
I'm in a conflicted household here. My wife's a Mets fan. So I'm in a conflicted household. It's constantly a Subway series around here. Pause for the cause.
Main events.
Well, sorry. I just liked how people are now letting me know that GCW's in an intermission again. Just trying to fucking poke the bear. Just be mad.
They have to vacuum up some of the fucking glass and shit, man. They need a break. They have torn that place down tonight.
No, they need to fucking get medical attention and medical staff. They ran out of band-aids. They need to go to a fucking Target, a Walmart. They need to go and get some more sutures, some fucking some ace bandages, some band-aids.
That's funny. But yeah, I mean 7.5 for Raw, 4 out of 10. Oh, JV running us through the whole week. 7.5 for SmackDown, 6 for Dynamite, show of the night for me. But wait, Dynamite got 7.5. Okay, 6.5. Okay, I got you. 6.
Okay,
that was confusing.
So your rating on SmackDown, as I don't know what Unbroken is out here saying, of what in the Optimus Prime have you apparently seen on me that the other people haven't?
See, wow. I felt like that went over your head, but we're rolling.
No, you're good. You can have that.
Out of you, Unbroken. Oh, my rating for this SmackDown tonight, I was okay with most everything. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Well, Curtis is saying a 7. Yeah. Big Dog's talking about us being Jerry Springer. Did Fight Forever get an update?
Not to my knowledge.
I don't even want to. I tried playing that game the first time, and it was, I literally had to turn off my Wi-Fi and everything. I haven't gone back to it.
Like when people get mad and they're like, the game is fun. Yeah, the game's fun. Like, I like it, but it is really a lot of button smash. It is not the most complex game, and it feels very not worth what they rumored to pay to get it done. And I don't know, man. I mean,
it's the Mario Party of wrestling games. It's fun to play with other people. It's shit to play solo.
Maybe, yeah, that's valid.
That's the most honest critique you're probably ever going to hear about that game.
Right. But I mean, I know people don't want to say bad things about AEW, but man, they could have done better. Again, a sign of inexperience and kind of flubbing.
Do better, be better. I was going to say, we don't shy away from talking negative on either side. No. But Dale saying 7 out of 10. Bobby, 7.5 out of 10. Ronan saying an 8 out of 10. Big Dog saying, I'm sorry, guys, but SmackDown was a total fail. They had the opportunity to generate anticipation for SummerSlam, and they didn't take it. Fail, 0 out of 10. How the fuck are you going to give it a 0 out of 10?
How are you going to give it a 0? I mean, we had some decent matches that worked. Nothing crazy, nothing to die about. But I mean, the package, they gave us a lot of packages. They built up the Slim Jim fucking battle royal.
What the fuck? Sorry.
What happened?
Homeboy is just Fortnite breaking it down right now on AEW because, by the way, the Hardy Boys and Limitless Keith Lee picked up the win.
Okay, there you go. I
They
just got
cut
the screen
to
now.
fans in the crowd, and one dude was just straight up Fortnite dancing, and looked like straight up the guy who would be Fortnite dancing.
So why, like, how did we end up with Keith Lee hanging out with the Hardys?
Because we ain't got shit else for him.
That kid liked it too, said Jericho.
7 Pokemon on a 10 magic cards. Digimon, digital monsters. Digimon are the champions.
Right.
Joe Black says 8 out of 10. What's Rampage's main event? The show ends. That's the highest rated segment, is the end of the show.
Are we not getting Moxley on this Rampage?
Oh, so you thought I was talking about the actual last match. I was saying when they hit end credits and like the shit stopped.
I got what you... Yeah.
Go, okay.
Question, Nick. We saw on Wednesday Roddy throw a temper tantrum and the Kingdom shows up. How interesting is that?
Oh, I like that you brought this up because I thought I was the only one that really paid attention to that. Yeah, and the whole
forgetting
he never pays attention to his true friends. I think that we could get Roddy becomes part of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then we get this interesting. That's this whole MJF Adam Cole thing is very interesting because I've seen a lot of people really split on how you feel about MJF, the top heel, your world champion, is now also your biggest babyface. I think it's just is the problem of he's too good at everything.
He's no longer the top heel, my guy.
Yeah, but this man could sell fucking snow to Eskimos. This man is good at every goddamn thing.
Are you seeing this package? Like the Kingdom's giving us, like they're giving us the history of Adam Cole, and
I got the Equalizer. So
I'm still getting this package, and it's a really interesting package where the Kingdom's going through the Ring of Honor history with Adam Cole and saying, like, you know what, he forgot about us and we've had issues and we have history. Pretty crazy. So, yeah, original member of the Kingdom and was world champ.
Oh, absolutely. I'm, by the way, in commercial break of I've got, Simply the juice company out here saying that they've got, your mixer for your alcoholic beverage just lined up. As we've got still 5 minutes plus. I feel like they keep adding time to this guy.
I think they did.
Intermission on GCW. They're waiting for Jeff Hardy to pass the sobriety check to fucking continue this intermission here. SmackDown is great tonight. It looks more like an energy drink than a soda.
Right.
What?
Drink up. If MJF is not top heel at the moment, who is right now? Fuck. It's funny because BCC is supposed to be heel. They're not really.
CM Punk.
Valid. I'll take that vote. Christian Cage, second, maybe.
No, fuck off.
He's awesome.
Oh no, he's good, but he's not the top heel right now. Your top heel, if it's not going to be MJF, it's CM Punk, of the one who literally, you love him or hate him, he gets boos and he gets cheers. He gets the Roman Reigns treatment. You cheer him and you boo him at the same time.
How do you feel about Callis?
Don Callis, I think he's flaccid as a heel. Yeah, I said that. I think because he's gotten weighed down by Chris Jericho being involved. There's potential there. You get Takeshita, Jericho, Callis. It's a very fitting heel faction for Dynamite. And I feel like I really like that we're getting where we can differentiate the line between what would work on Dynamite and what would work on Collision.
Dude, absolutely. I could not agree more, man. That was spot on. Like, I mean, exactly what's happening is definitive shows. And like we've said from the beginning,
it's almost like WWE could have fucking done this. They've had 18,000 tries at it.
Right. Somebody suggested that WWE bring back WCW and put it on Wednesday nights. Monday Night Nitro, Wednesday Night Nitro. And just be like, what? You guys have a show there? My bad.
Eric Bischoff comes out there and just cuts promos for fucking 2 hours.
I'm back.
Chapter 1 of my book.
Could you imagine? I could just imagine the press releases now. This is bullshit. We hate them. Fuck them.
But no, if they really wanted to, they fucking could. But
no money to pull it off.
You're stretching yourself too thin, I feel.
Well, dude, I'd be really upset if they had a show pretty much every day of the week minus Thursday.
Bro, at this point, pro wrestling has a show every day of the week.
I know
we
here.
Enjoy the weekend, Tony Khan.
Thank you.
We could have dealt with this if you could have just put Collision on Fridays.
Thursday, I would have been okay with Thursday. Save me.
As we've got the Young Bucks, the Young Cucks backstage.
Oh wow.
They're chatting it up with the Hardy Boys, and this is interesting to me because part of the antithesis here of AEW was the match between the Hardys and the Young Bucks.
Yeah. Yeah, people rumored that was going to happen at All In as well.
I've heard Bucks versus FTR.
Dude,
but I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see it.
I'd bet $1 to donuts. Young Bucks go over if it's at Wembley for those titles. I bet $1 to donuts. FTR goes under.
Does the exchange rate count when it comes to that? Because I might halfway take you on that.
Yeah, right.
I might make out cheap on that deal.
Right. Sorry, I'm just listening.
Oh, no one cares about Jeff Jarrett.
The Young Bucks being very heelish here with the Hardys.
Well, so still the only match so far that we've had announced for All In is MJF versus Adam Cole.
What's that?
I said the only match so far that we've had for All In announced is MJF versus Adam Cole. And by the way, I haven't confirmed that they're adding time to this fucking intermission because I literally just watched it jump from 4 minutes to like 6 minutes. The
longest 15 minutes of my life.
Which
22 minutes.
By the way, I don't know what streaming that is on. I feel like Luna, if you're out there, go find that. Go and clip my fucking rant about intermissions and why I goddamn hate them. Because it just needs to play every time every sort of show like this has a goddamn intermission.
I'll put it in the studio
and pull it in like a video package. We'll do like what Wrestle Revolver does, and we'll bring in something from an old show that no one else watched, so here you can watch it now. At least we can get that instead of fucking literally fucking the album cover for Eminem's second LP. I've got
Coke and Diet Coke with Anna
Magic out right now.
Dude, are they making a mistake? They got Anna J with Coke and Diet Coke, and she's part of the JAS, which is stupid. Can we just break that up and let her hang out with her boyfriend? Because she would get that kid so much heat.
Oh, 100%. That's been the missing element. Like, that's that little spice to make it nice there. I think, does Jericho need to just pull? Does he, especially in his mind, announce that he's pulling the plug on the JAS before that's when they disband?
Dude, it's very much like fucking another fucking episode of fucking Family Matters or some bullshit here. Like, it's just dragging on with the Jericho thing. So mandatory family meeting on Wednesday. So I don't know what this is going to mean, but we did see Jericho very perplexed at why I can't believe Callis cheated. I didn't want that. Oh, fuck.
You need to do Garcia and Sammy as a tag team / their singles competitors. Do Daddy Magic Coke and Diet Coke there as a tag team. Have Anna J be with Jack Perry 100%. Yeah. That's what he needs. He needs somebody like that. He needs a Rhea Ripley to his Dom Mysterio. Yeah.
I would like to thank Tony Khan for making at least Rampage watchable for the next 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, as you're about to take a pause for the cause for special reasons here.
Timing is everything.
I was going to say, as we've got Sky Blue and she even pats her backside. So she knows that we know that she knows that we know as to why we're tuning in here.
Use what you got to get what you want.
What? Oh, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I want to pause. I want to pause.
I want to what? I want to what? I want to what? I want to really
There it is. Okay, there you go.
But I've got Sky Blue versus Anna Jay, and I've got Sky Blue with a cartwheel over her. So right now, let me know who you're taking so far, folks. Let me know what you're thinking. How are you doing on a Friday night on your go home? This is, the precursor to the biggest party of the summer here, Summerslam. And I won't lie, I'm halfway becoming a Sky Blue fan, and it's not fully just because of the wagon. I mean, I won't lie, she got dumps like a truck. Guys like, why? But at the same time, she can't cut a promo to save her life. Watch her on AEW, but they're really starting to actually put a focus with her. They're really trying to, this is going to be a homegrown talent that we build up here, versus you're an ex-WWE talent, you're a Paige, you're a Saraya, you're a Toni Storm, anything like that. She's their homegrown talent babyface. As we are in picture and maybe kind of sort of, we're still at about a minute and a half or so left on GCW. I'm sure they'll turn around and add another 10 minutes here soon enough. But what are you thinking, folks? How you feeling? RVD 420. So, honest question, and I'll pull the honest here because I almost hopped on when he came out because that's when I happened to tune in and everything like that. Are you more excited that Tony Khan, ponied up for Pantera's walk, or did you want, the breaking point? The fear I see in the back of your mind makes me believe I'm one of a kind. All of that. Nice Divas match. Oh, Bash 8. So, see, side note, the fact that you called it a Divas match, I think already is a predisposition on that because it's a nice women's match. The Divas match to me, and I think this is the WWE fan a bit in me, or the being of a vintage, that the speaking of divas when it comes to pro wrestling almost has a extreme negative connotation. What did family members ever do to KJ? I don't know. I don't know what beef he has with Steve Harvey. Maybe we got to do a top 10 survey here. That's what we'll do in the chat here right now. Or just on a side note, while he's on a pause for the guys, we'll take a top 10 survey here of allegedly what Family Matters did to KJ to why he's got a beef with them. But Jack Perry and Anna Jay shouldn't be together. It's so much like Sammy and Tay heel run. Right. But guess what worked as a fucking heel run? Sammy and Tay. That's the thing, is you don't have to do the same thing, but you got to do something, because honestly, are we really excited? Who out there is really excited right now for Jack Perry's heel turn? The biggest moment of it so far was him burying himself out in the desert. Has Thunder Rosa wrestled on a Collision yet? No, she has not wrestled. Actually, I want to look that up right now. I can find out, because I feel like it's honestly since 2021, I want to say maybe 2022 that she's had a match. Let me see if I can find Rosa hasn't wrestled in nearly a year due to injuries to her lower back. Her last match was on an episode of Dark Elevation. So she hasn't wrestled in so long that the show she last wrestled on doesn't exist anymore. The August 10th episode last year. So we're about 6 days away from almost a year since Thunder Rosa has been in an AEW ring. Samson, what up, my guy? Just saying, what up. I give SmackDown a 7 out of 5. Which, by the way, Samson, if you haven't done so already, be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. But I love Pantera, but one of a kind would have been a bit better, because you are targeting a younger demographic that remembers RVD and WWE, not an ECW. Yes, but still, then your counterpoint with that is, well, we had Danielson come out with the final countdown of, I think that's one thing that very much Tony has an ace up his sleeve, a rabbit's foot in his back pocket there of he will pony up for the licensing fee for, granted, we all know he paid through the nose for Final Countdown, but even to get a Pantera song, he'll do it for that moment, to make that moment feel that much bigger, that much more important, because he knows that there's going to be those wrestling fans that know what that's attached to. We got what was it? I believe it's AFI. That was CM Punk's original Ring of Honor entrance. According to PWI, what did Joe Black say? Randy Orton is in Detroit. The Viper's coming back. Nah. I think he's in Detroit. He can be there. I think he's still not medically cleared, so I don't think he's coming back. Not now, as we get a 2 count from Sky Blue. I don't even remember the themes. It's been like a decade. Well, that's on you. You got it. GCW is back. Yes, we are back from action here. So, again, even the double reason as to why KJ's taking a pause for the cause is we've got Effie and Alley Catch right now taking on, is this the Bang Bros? Is this the notorious tag team that's been told they need to change their name because of, copyright infringement, gimmick infringement? Yeah. We have Bussy of Effie and Alley Catch. So, like I said, we've got Sky Blue and Alley Catch on 2 different screens right now. And 100%, you didn't know why KJ's taking a pause. Now you do. Damn, they ran Thunder Rosa out the company. Well, that depends on how you want to look at it, because we've had, like we talked about earlier, we had Lufisto, who we've, extended the olive branch 100% of. We're up here and we'll have a conversation with anybody. Christ. As Anna J taps out Sky Blue with the Kata Hajime. She won with the Kata Hajime, the Coquina clutch there. Fitting that KJ leaves on the Coquina clutch here. But yeah, y'all know how we feel at times when it comes to even like Ryback and everything like that. We've told him, hey, if you want to come on, he sat there and said, I'll talk to, any sort of, podcast out there that wants to be live and is going to be real and authentic and all that. And we sat there and said, hey, how you doing? And so
put the challenge out there. He's still dodging.
Right. Well, because I was saying how we've even reached out to like Lufisto and all of that. Because Keyshawn was saying how they ran Thunder Rosa out of the company. Well, we want to try and get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%.
Statlander is literally squatting Renee as she's interviewing her. And all right, that's enough AW for me today. I feel like for a hot minute of like, what in the fuck are we watching? I'm out here training every single day.
You're slightly ahead of me.
Okay, well, good. Because I'm warning you. I'm coming from the future of this is the bullshit you're about to get.
It's so random. I like Anna Jay when she's crazy and wanted to beat up everybody. Right? That didn't go anywhere. Didn't last very long.
She ends it with Mama's coming home. What in the name of Fast and the Furious do we have going on right now with fucking Shivani and Paul White? You can't put these two humans next to each other. This looks like fucking twins. People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Pretty much. I'm still not there, but let me see.
God damn it.
I got Mama's coming home.
Pat's injured. Breaking news.
Shut up.
That's
I
what
heard this stream fight's going to be really good.
That'll put butts in seats. Pac is injured.
Oh, my God, Nick. Not again. But I got Paul. Yeah. Another parking lot brawl for no apparent reason.
Bro, why does this look like I'm missing Paul Walker and Dom Toretto here? Like, what the fuck?
First rule of Fight Club, we do not talk about Fight Club.
I was going to say, I understand Summerslam's in Detroit, and we've got all the muscle car, the Fast and Furious type shit reference and everything like that. But we've literally got a circle of cars, by the way. We've got like a Hyundai Elantra, I think a Ford Explorer. Yeah, I'm going to pause before we get, Fast and the Furious 11 here.
There we go. Nick's going to take a little pause for the cause, folks. We are rolling along. We're getting the main event of Rampage coming up from the parking lot. We also still peeking in at GCW, keeping an eye what's going on there. So make sure you get in the chat, say hello, keep it going. What do you want to talk about? WWE, AEW, anything in between. We are all ears. And I lied. We're not getting that match yet. We're getting it later. There you go. We're not getting the main event. We were just back there to say hi. My bad. Here comes Nana. If you want Cody to be at a higher level, you put them in a stipulation match like a no DQ or street fight. They'll put them on a higher level. Not necessarily, Aaron. I mean, remember, people want good quality wrestling. So if he beats Brock straight up, no gimmicks, no tricks, no stipulations, mono a mono, to me, that doesn't downgrade him. I don't think you need the stipulation. I don't think you need the extra touch to get it to, to level him up. Beating Brock Lesnar in any avenue is going to do the trick. Seeing Tony and Show together reminds me of Princess Bride. I like that. That is funny. These fans look like... There you go. I'll let that go. These aren't, they are not 8-second cars. They are definitely not 8-second cars. Not even close, Bash. KJ, did you say Bucks versus Hardys? I expect this Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday, Rocco. Bucks versus Hardys. Which I feel like technically Bucks versus Hardys could have been a pay-per-view match. In my humble opinion, Big Show is glad this one is on the ground. He remembers the time he was on a roof. Yeah, fair enough, TLD. Why are Somali Pirates on my TV right now? I have no idea, JV. What are you watching? So Big Show went to AEW to show up once a week. Yes. You guys forget the power of money. And Tony was willing to give Big Show and the Hardys and Jericho and Moxley more money than the WWE was going to give them to do anything. And I know we hear a lot of stories of like, I did it for my creativity and I did it for the freedom. They're getting paid a lot of money to do what they're doing, and other places wouldn't have paid them that. So yeah, he'll show up once a week, do his little fucking interview thing, and take his money. That's it. I have no doubt. I even think JR, all right, I'll take that money. I mean, look where he's at in his career. You might as well cash in when you can. And if you got a big old money mark willing to pay it out, do it. Right? The Young Bucks are now the highest paid tag team in history of wrestling. That's what I saw reported recently? I mean, interesting. Do they deserve it? Maybe not. That's a debate for another day. Looks at me. I am captain now. Okay. Oh, by the way, Fox and AR Fox and Swerve are taking on some local enhancement talent and absolutely decimating them. These two actually are working really well as a tag team. Like, really well. Bucks back in the tag team division is the story that they're returning. So maybe the tag team division can get some love now. Why is this dude in the ring wearing a jock strap on his head? Valid question. So winners of the parking lot brawl match face Lucha Bros this Wednesday. Is that true? Seems like a weird reward. How many wrestlers had that had contracts with Turner and WCW sat out 2 years left after they were bought out? Money talks. Good shout, KJ. James, I agree. You look at the Stings and the Hogans. I mean, everybody always talks about the invasion angle not being what it should have been because it wasn't the top guys versus the top guys. It was, a little bit hodgepodge. Speaking of hodgepodge, QTV is back on. A perfect fit. Pause. But yeah, I mean, like you said, they sat at home. It was easy money. Why take bumps if you're going to get paid? When the money runs out, then we'll talk about how much money I can get to take more bumps. We need to start over in the factory. What? Why is this on my TV? Oh, Johnny TV with a backside. John Moxley is a bigger star in AEW and then WWE. As relative to the fan base, he has a bigger standing within the fan base. As far as being a bigger star on a, like a national scale, as far as notoriety, Dean Ambrose probably had more notoriety than John Moxley at the end of the day because of the nature of WWE and being what it is. More people knew who Dean Ambrose was that know who John Moxley is, in my opinion. Within that, yeah, he's been a top guy in AEW, definitely bigger than WWE, and that means he's happy. He found his niche, and he's getting paid extremely well to do it. The Temple, good to see Temple plays. Street Profits heel turn with Bobby. We are the nation of domination. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I like it. I thought they looked great. They came out, no bullshit, no nonsense. Huge pop for Bobby Lashley when he came out tonight. Really good part of the show. Thought it was really well done, and I'm really curious to see where this goes, Temple. Absolutely. Nick, Detroit will be. I'll wait for Nick on that one. Yeah, QTV, not good. I don't get it. Oh, there were quite a few guys who sat at home and got paid when Turner bought out JCP. If I remember right, Iron Sheik was one of them. Well, Iron Sheik's one of my favorite stories, Big Dog, because in the beginning, before JCP went under, he was getting paid and he wasn't even working with them. They just kept forgetting and kept renewing them and paying them. And this went on for ages. It's one of my favorite stories. Typical of the Sheik, right? Like, just, they just keep paying me. I'm not doing anything. They won't use me, but money keeps showing up. Two only top WCW stars from the Invasion storyline were Lance Storm, DDB, and Booker T. And listen, truthfully, I wouldn't even count Lance Storm as a top tier guy. DDP, Booker T, yeah, they were in that main event picture, and then they ended up turning at least Booker T. DDP didn't do a whole lot in WWE. But yeah, I mean, you were missing everybody. You were missing Sting, Hogan, Nash, Hall. You were missing all these guys that could have helped. But Goldberg, another one. Thank you, Aaron. I mean, they completely just took the money and ran. But that's what ended up being the downfall of WCW was the money and the control. I'm getting paid whether I like whether I do something or not. Period. Guaranteed money, and the company faltered. Hey yo, boo boo. Either I'm high as fuck. What? Or did Smokey the Bear got hot out of nowhere? I have no idea what you're talking about. You were definitely high as, yeah. Yep. Another one. I dig it. Carmelo joins, and we have a great faction. Yeah, I like Carmelo Trick, and be honest with you, Temple, I love the idea of Bianca being a part of this. Have her come out looking business professional, looking good. Maybe she wraps the hair all the way up instead of coming out skipping. A little more serious, a little more heelish from Bianca. It might revitalize Bianca Belair. I got Big Bill, Prince Nana, and Brian Cage in the back cutting a promo on FTR about tomorrow night, where we will be live, folks. We will be watching Collision. We will be watching SummerSlam. Lord knows what else we'll be watching. I think you're right, Aaron. Of course, back then, he's calling himself Vinny Vegas. He really was. I don't know what Aaron said, but Vinny Vegas and the Diamond Stud. Don't forget Buff Bagwell. Buff. Such a big Buff Bagwell fan, and it just went off the cliff. And they use Canyon a lot. All right. Not Oz. Yeah, the great Oz. What a gimmick that was. Woo! I recently watched, what did I watch? What was it? Bash at the Beach 86? Anyway, it was one of them. And that was the opening match was the Diamond Stud, and the second match was the Powerful Oz. QT, the broad with the smoky. Oh, are you talking about Danny? All right. I got you. It took me a second. No, KJ, the fourth member of Lashley's faction, Austin Theory. Wow, I don't see that at all. Puff, puff, pass, bro. It's me. It's DDP. Super Shredder. There you go. So we're back to Tony. He's having some microphone issues, I think, but here come, they're already here. The BCC. Claudio checking out the minivan, seeing how roomy it is. So maybe his next purchase. Seems like a guy that would drive a minivan. Don't forget Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, how could you forget Jeff Jarrett? And here come Best Friends. So funny. Yeah, man, I love that MVP. Lashley, Street Profits, Hayes, and Belair. Poor Omos and Cedric and Shelton. Hey, you know what? Omos can hang around, man. It'll be very interesting. Maybe it'll be the new Hurt Business against the old Hurt Business. MVP shows up with the other three and says, wait a minute. You forget about me? Who better than Canyon? Nobody. And who's better than the Wrestling for Life Network? Jim Herd ran a lot of the top guys out of WCW. Yes, he did. Arn and Tully, the Road Warriors, Dusty, Ronnie, Garvin, Ric Flair, Barry Windham, J.J. Dillon, even broke up Stan and Bobby when they were going to be horsemen. Yes, Jim Herd, infamous. Oh, wait. We got blood, and it's not Moxley. I'm pretty sure it's a fork to the forehead. Fuck, you got to keep Moxley out of catering. Blood already. Approximately 90 seconds into the match. Is Moxley going for some, MMA style kicks, I think? All right. Interesting. The BCC and Best Friends never had a match, but they're getting a grudge match. Again, just kind of out of left field, right? It's just crazy. And I mean, it doesn't, at the end of the day, we're going to get a decent match, but wow, Claudio just ripped the spoiler off the back of a car, and it is now a weapon. All right. And we got Big Show on commentary, and now Trent's got a fork. Good Lord. Am I watching AEW or GCW here? Oh, wait, both. Omos could be Carmelo Hayes, Bad Luck, Phil, Cedric, and Shelton could benefit going down NXT. Yeah, they could. I'm not against that. I mean, I like Shelton and Cedric, and I feel like they never got their just due. NXT could work for them. KJ, how much do you think? Not much. How much do you think those extras got paid to stand there and go, oh, and scream? Probably a decent amount. I think they could find enough people that really want to do it. When did we start getting John Amatula, the Butcher Moxley? It's been a minute, Nick. It's been a thing. And now Best Friends back in control, if you were wondering, folks. I don't like the idea of MVP in it. I want Bobby Lashley to run it himself, Montez and Dawkins, who are good on the mic. Valid. And like I said, I mean, it could potentially open the door for some type of rivalry with MVP. But yeah, I mean, that would be very, very valid point as far as the Street Profits are pretty good talkers if you want a mouthpiece for the microphone. When does Mox never bleed? That's a valid question, man. But right now they're shoving Trent under the hood and closing it on him. There you go. Oh, yeah, you're right, a JV. They're doing well. Those extras are fans who bought a backstage pass. They paid an extra $180. Oh, Chuck gets power bombed on top of Trent. That probably hurt. Big Show. I'm surprised how violent this got so quickly. Are you Show? Have you not been watching Rampage for the last 4 years? Let's get ready to rumble. I hope we get that tomorrow. Get some Bruce. Let's go. Or Michael. Now we got the swing in the parking lot. And Moxley's got a garbage can. You know where this is going. Yep, there it went. Woo! The only way Mox is leaking anywhere near me is if I personally see his paperwork. Moving on. Drew, how's it going? Sup, KJ? Asuka said she got something planned for tomorrow. Very interesting. And a lot of people said, could it be Kairi Sane? Could it be? Or does she just mean she got a different color mist? As Trent is just getting beat up. Oh, street sign. Chuck, yeah, good question, Tony. Where did he get that from? Back body drop on the car, the windshield. He smashed the windshield. Claudio down. Now Moxley getting bludgeoned to death. Jeez. Good Lord. You've been watching the G1, bro. Ospreay beat Okada in 1959 with just 1 second on the clock. It's a 20-minute time limit. Absolutely, Temple. And again, I'm really curious how this is all going to play out. But yeah, no, right down to the wire with those two. Well done. Speaking of well done.
Yeah, speaking of well done, I'm sure I just clicked on the SmackDown thing when we've still got the here we'll go to Rampage. There we go.
Oh, I see what you did.
Yeah, but no, I heard you out here talking about WCW and everything, and I was like, I'm getting the itch.
All right, what can you say?
That's my pocket right there. WCW.
Right. We're speaking your language.
Right. It's me. It's NJD. Right.
But do you ever find it surprising, like the fans are like, oh, I can't believe, Taz went there. Or I can't believe Mark Henry, works there and all he does is, an announcement. Or, dude, they're getting paid better money and doing less work than they would be in the other company that didn't even want them.
The same people that say that are the same ones that didn't understand why the initial invasion angle didn't work, because you had this, that, and the third. You had everybody from Hulk Hogan to Kevin Nash to Bill Goldberg that were on guaranteed deals that they didn't have to do a fucking thing and would still be making the same amount of money. So
y'all see why me and Nick are friends? He came out and just, without even knowing what I said, he said what I said.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
To become one.
Let me tell you about my best.
Yeah, friend. Wait, does that mean I'm Rob Deerdick and you're Big Black, or vice versa? No, I got Big in my name, so that makes me Big Black. Pause. What?
I give up. I'll be right.
Don't even try. That's the thing. That's your first failed attempt. Is you tried.
I'm not even doing it. There you go. Wow. I'm just making noises in the mic right now. New faction with Miko Sentama.
How did we get here?
For Asuka, like a surprise from Asuka.
No.
That would be a shock.
Yeah, because everyone would be going, who?
Who in the Rudy Blue?
Who in the Rudy Blue hell?
Right.
Respectfully. And I say that like, I know everybody's gonna be like, well, you don't watch Stardom. No, respectfully, god damn it. You've got, unlike what AEW does, you have to build up who the fuck these people are. You can't just expect everybody to know, because it's Disney. You can't sit there and turn around and drop in somebody without building a story and building an explanation for a character.
Right. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, it would surprise everybody, but and I mean, what if it was Miko and Kyrie?
Fair enough. You know what's so interesting is I could play a parking lot brawl like what we're watching right now in picture right now on AEW Rampage on old WWE games, but I can't fucking play it on an AEW game. I'm waiting for fucking burn and just a car come flying through, and it's, you know, like Taz, I did it for the hook.
Right, exactly.
I did it for my people.
I did it for the hook.
I did it for the hook.
Yeah, we got this crazy match going on. I don't even know what to make out of it.
Big Dog out here saying bosom buddies, one's Kip and which one's Henry. What the fuck? Listen,
who the fuck are Kip and Henry?
No, when you have to say Google it, that means you're making a shitty reference. If you're having to tell me already to search it up, that means you're making a shitty reference.
Get the fuck out of here.
If I have to look up the reference you're making, that means it's not a good one.
I know you don't know what I'm saying.
I know you don't know what I thought you think you thought. You ever had a thought you think you thought?
But it's funny to me,
Big Dog, but still, no, respectfully, you can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
Just roasted the dog.
Am I Nathan's right now? I'm just
right. Welcome to Schneider's.
Welcome to Mo.
Welcome to Mo's.
As I've got Beretta on top. Oh.
Uh-oh.
You know what would make this fucking cool? Is if I didn't see shit like this every fucking week on this program. Oh. Beretta goes for a diving kind of body splash and nobody's home.
They are kicking the shit out of each other. I will give them total marks on that, Nick.
Oh, yeah. This would be great. This is still entertaining. I'm intrigued by this. I just hate that it lacks luster because I see shit like this, not obviously of them fighting in a fucking parking lot, but I see high spots and them fucking bleeding and blood and guts and everything every goddamn week. Trent
just threw himself into the car. What was the payoff if that had gone right? Only found the car, says Tony.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, Claudio going for the neutralizer.
You know, I think they could do so much more with
Claudio. Powerbomb. Why? Go ahead.
Like, Claudio's a monster. They could really do something with Claudio, right? And I know some people are, he's a Ring of Honor. No, they could really make him a bad.
We just did a fucking dude buster on top of a fucking 4-door sedan.
Oh, okay.
A Toyota Corolla just got his fucking hood smashed in, or its fucking roof smashed in because of Claudio's fucking bald forehead.
The scene's voting for the best friends, but it's not looking very good for them right now. But I mean, being AEW, I do expect more people to show up at some point. Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Cena versus Guerrero and Cena versus JBL, both parking lot brawls in WWE. Were they better than the two AEW parking lot brawl matches? Woo, Rocco. That's a hard comparable.
All we're missing is Beretta and Trent in one monster truck, and Claudio and Moxley in another monster truck, and they just have at it on top here. Because I was going to say, well, how fitting that I keep saying they're like WCW, and we're just getting a live action demo of WCW Backstage Assault right now.
Right.
On AEW Rampage. Is this Juice? Where are you? You were in the chat earlier. Is this the point where everyone was leaving? Because we're in the back nine here.
Right.
Wherever this is, if you're there live, you're watching this on a Titantron. You're watching this.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, Juice still here?
If you're not, you fucking better be.
Hey, Juice, get back here.
Right. What?
People expect EO going after Rhea would be really surprising based on how it's all being built, right?
Yeah, that's not going to work out well in anybody's favor.
I don't think so.
No.
Who's Miku? Exactly, Bash.
Mm-hmm. WWE are not doing anything with Apollo Crews. Would him joining with Lashley, Street Profits, Bianca, Hayes work? What would you do with him? He's on main roster now.
It would work. I just think there's too many. We're getting too many bodies.
Yeah, now you're just adding everybody of a certain persuasion here. Now, is that a Death Rider?
Kinda. And now I got
that Death Rider suplex there and sends Trent Beretta through the windshield.
Shit punches, man.
Why is he siphoning gas? I thought for half a second, and this could be because we're getting Jeff Hardy on GCW at some point, maybe, supposedly. He was taking a breathalyzer test right there because I saw him breathing into a fucking tube. I was like, why is he having to do this right now? And he's out here siphoning gas. So we're going to get, we've got an exploding fucking 2x4 of barbed wire.
It's gasoline.
The fire went out. We didn't start the fire. Gas. It was always burning because Tony Khan's alive.
It's gasoline poisoning, Ricky. We can't do it anymore.
Right? Oh, Moxley hits it on Beretta, and this is their tissue paper moment.
Dude, are you kidding me right now?
Why is Yuta just out here with a fucking screwdriver? Like I said, when did the Blackpool Combat Club turn into the Abdullah the Butcher fan club?
I don't know, but this is
shit. Yeah, I'll take that shit.
You know what?
Sue is here with OC.
Sue with the drop off, but
Bagwell is here as OC.
Come on,
he did the fucking Michael J. Fox teenage werewolf fucking dive off the top of the fucking van here.
Everyone go surfing,
right?
Surfing USA.
Everybody's going channel surfing because they ain't watching this shit.
No, man, I'm shocked. We still got 40 people hanging out with us to talk about it.
Because when the rest of them may stop, we never do.
Huh? 4 people left. Shit.
Right. God damn you. We're talking about it.
Can't do this anymore. Oh my God, he's got a chain. It just gets convoluted when they start like standing around and like no, and like I just
I know that. Sorry, I was going to say, now I know they're normally Universal movies and everything, but is Warner part of Universal here? I didn't know we were watching Fast and the Furious 11 here.
Right? No, this is bootleg Fast and the Furious. It's like when you buy at the flea market, right?
This is fast-paced walking and disgruntled instead of Fast and the Furious.
Right? Like, shit. This is like a fucking copy of Fast and Furious you buy at the flea market, get it home, and be like, fuck, he lied.
I bought Fast and Furious $10. No, that's not Fast and Furious. You know that's not. That's a straight-to-DVD rip. Claudia's
they got
off doors on cars here.
We're going to have a Sue on a pole match next week, guys.
Car keys on a pole match. Minivan on a pole match.
There's Trent, man.
We're just smashing out the window because we can't beat you, but we're sure as shit run up your insurance policy.
This is fucking
stop the Moxley on a fucking separated door here. And honestly, he hit a better stomp than Rollins has in a hot minute, honestly.
The door off the minivan. Did fucking Cesaro just going around?
Look at fucking Beretta. He looks like he got hit by a car, not thrown into a car.
Right? Poor Sue in her minivan.
He had a stomp on the windshield.
You know this is going to lead to a moment down the road where Sue pulls up in like a brand new souped-up minivan. You know that's where this is leading, right?
Exhibit, Pimp My Ride.
Yeah, exactly.
Ride.
Right? Let's go. We're going to fucking do this up.
Right. So the BCC picks up the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no
as
shit.
We're just destroying vehicles now at this point. This is so fucking dumb, though, because these are grown men that are supposed to be world champions and former world champions and everything out here, and they're destroying cars like a fucking pep rally against the rival fucking high school team. Here we're puncturing tires here. What's next? You're gonna spray paint on BCC rules, best friends rule,
right? Right. Okay. Apollo with them won't work because people will say it's adding people of the same color. No, but see, this is where
not me.
No, but you know what though? To me, with the Hurt Business, that's what Bobby wanted. Like that wasn't a WWE mandate or trying to typecast
of domination.
Yeah, like Bobby wanted, to represent his culture as a powerful businessman. And again, I think it was a great idea, and he was very passionate about it. So I was very disappointed that it went away the way it did. So yes, right. I know the WWE typecast, but in this particular case, it's something desired by the talent.
Fair enough. As so that ends AEW Rampage, as we have the BCC.
So the Moxley, Lucha Bros,
Claudio. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, the Lucha Bros versus Moxley and Claudio on Wednesday now.
Because we can't go a minute, a day, a week, or anything without them being on our screens here. We literally just watch them going through car windshields, but they'll be back at it like jackrabbits. Why?
Is it a coincidence that we now have the Young Bucks talking about returning to the tag team division, and then there seems to be a little bit of emphasis on some tag team wrestling at the same time? Which I'm happy with.
It's a shame when you have, arguably the greatest match, if not easily the probably best tag team match of the year, happen within your own company, and then you realize, hey, maybe I should actually go back there.
It's not bad, and it's working for, it's working for FTR, but I feel like everybody's talking about FTR, and sooner than later, the Bucks will get those tag team belts back.
Right? Sorry, but by the way, I'm
in
GCW right now as the ref just took a bump here as we were getting into a spin out armbar, and Christian just straightly, I'll get the words out. He took out the ref. There we go.
There you go.
But so we've got Blake Christian versus Speedball Mike Bailey, and I think Tony Khan took a speedball before he booked that parking lot brawl between the BCC and the Best Friends. How do you feel about Rampage, sir?
What happened on Rampage? We had this parking lot brawl.
Good question.
Anna Jay and Sky Blue, which was missed by me, but for the most part, 5.
Fair enough.
It's arbitrary. Like the show's arbitrary, so my rating's arbitrary.
I'll give you a 6 just because of I think that's how many windshields and car parts that they broke. So I'll say 6.
Fair enough. The main event was what it was if that was on some show or some pay-per-view.
In a vacuum, it's good.
Yeah, in a vacuum, that's exactly what I was looking for. It's fine. But as far as the realm of the show and what we're doing, I'm like, I don't get why I'm watching this right now.
Yeah, in a vacuum, it's good, it's entertaining, but good googly moogly if that wasn't WCW late 90s, early 2000s.
But not in a good way. Like, again, I still feel like there was an element of like solid kind of wrestling to some of the old, like some of the parking lot brawls that got brought up earlier. It's just a different vibe. And again, it just seems somebody said embarrassing. And that's not coming from people who hate AEW. It's people that watch AEW every single goddamn week, every minute of it, and just wonder, like, what are you doing? What are you providing us right now that we're supposed to get out of this?
Stone Cold Steve Austin and co throwing people into parked, disassembled cars the Armageddon entranceway there was better than the parking lot brawl that we just got from the Best Friends and the BCC.
Sue versus Moxley's wife confirmed. I love it.
Renee versus Sue.
Let's go. My money's on Sue.
If Sue runs someone over, she should say that she did it for Orange. She did it for the Cassidy. Yes, Ooh. David.
My favorite spot ever, if she comes flying in and takes out like 3 of them, like boom, 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 and then looks out the window right into the camera and goes, 60 points. I was like, yes.
No, she'd have to be like, I did it for the juice.
Yeah,
I did it for the
juice.
orange.
Christian for the win. So Bonkers is giving us some GCW predictions.
Fair enough. Wait, how did they win? Says Joe Black. I believe Moxley pinned Beretta on top of a windshield, or at least on top of a hood here.
Yeah.
Well, 8 out of 10. Vance says 4 out of 10.
8.
Bash says, I'm sorry, but this match was an embarrassment to wrestling.
Y'all.
Okay, Cornette, calm down.
Yeah, y'all take a clip of this and send it to Corny and make him watch it because he doesn't watch Rampage. Make sure he sees this bad boy because we know how much he loves Moxley.
Our commentary as well. And
send him. Yeah.
Just be a friend, tell a friend. 100%. Right.
But yeah, I mean,
let my long estranged father know his child is still out.
Right. I mean, keep in mind, like 2 weeks ago, we were watching Dynamite, and there was a bed of spikes, and there was glass, and fucking thumbtacks, and a bunch of shit. And then you come back, and quick time, we're doing that shit again, and it's like, but could you not just spend half the time building a story, something that matters, or are we just going to just randomly get into grudge matches?
We're watching GCW, which is the modern day ECW, and there's been more extreme moments on AEW in the past week or 2 weeks than we've seen in this whole card of GCW. Just saying. Like, we joked about the light tubes and everything. Light tubes would be a welcome transition instead of a bed of fucking nails and screws and everything else and this, that, and the third, and the forks and screwdrivers and windshields and all that.
Sorry, Christian just came over the top, hooked Bailey.
Good.
But Bray Wyatt could attack Cody after he beats Brock, as Cody and Bray have history, and we've thought that before. It makes sense.
Who takes the L?
I think Bray eventually takes the L, but I'm okay with it.
You do a threequel?
Yeah, I think that's what we're in, a series of fucking, a series of fucking threeples.
Yeah, but if Bray, if Bray comes out in his first feud and loses the feud overall, even if he doesn't lose the first match, if he loses the feud overall, that's a hindrance. That's a problem. That's an issue.
I kind of agree with it. I think the only thing
you're in this weird spot because you've built up Bray to now to where he's got to be the Undertaker a little bit of. He's got to run roughshod. He can't take it out.
You're right, and I completely agree with that. So you're in a pickle, right?
Bailey with the corks, with the
back flip.
Yeah, new
champ. No,
2 out. Yeah, it was the reverse 360 knee drop.
How do you throw that move and not let it be damn near fucking killing you? Like, how do you sell
Mike Bailey? It's the same way he says. It's the same way Commander sits there and tight ropes the ring ropes and then hits a Hurricane Rana, and it's a 1.5 count.
Right. 3 forks out of 10 forks. Yeah, I'm giving it 5 spoilers out of 10 car doors.
I was trying to think of like Abdullah's at a butcher's or something like that. Because that's the second we mentioned
out of 10 butchers.
Anytime I hear anyone getting stabbed with a fork in pro wrestling, I think Abdullah. I think
it's ironic we had someone named Butcher on the show and he did nothing to bleed or have anything to do with
it. Facts. Fucking irony at its fullest here.
Right.
Oh, like tornado enziguri there from Christian.
All you need is a knife.
Right. That's not a knife. This is a knife. That's a fork, sir.
Right. AR Fox and Swerve. I will admit that. I think AR
Spanish Fly. 1, 2 count.
Another 2 count. This is a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
And not a weapon involved. Just a really good match.
This is why we tell people to watch GCW. We say that it's kind of the modern ECW, but people forget ECW had your Jerry Lynn's, your Eddie Guerrero's, your Dean Malenko's, your Chris Benoit, that guy, and everything on the roster to where you would have these great matches.
Mm-hmm.
Shane Douglas is a prime example. You'd have these great matches that weren't blood, guts, and gore. They were just good fucking wrestling matches.
Right. Did you hear the comment? I believe it was from Lufisto about a wrestler in AEW who was on Dark said to her, "I've been doing Chris Benoit's moveset for like a month and nobody's noticed." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
I have
Bold
not seen
strategy.
that. I don't know why you would claim that.
That
I'd be proud of that.
he's like, nobody noticed, nobody said shit.
As
Even he's acknowledging he knows he probably shouldn't be doing it.
well,
Oh, Blake gets the win.
that still gets into the whole discussion about like David Benoit and everything.
Mhm.
I hate to an extent how debatable people's opinions on Chris Benoit when it comes to pro wrestling is. In the sense of like, I don't. You can make a case, but I do. Yeah, personal feelings. Anyways, sorry.
Right. Swerve and AR Fox as a tag team is perfect. Story if AEW counterattack this, as they both have history outside of wrestling and they both had great stuff with Lucha Underground. Give it time. A Temple, I'm with you on this one, man. They look solid. They do have that history. As a fan of Lucha Underground, I'm all for it. But you, like you said, you hit the nail right on the head. Give stuff time and build.
You're saying that to a guy who has his profile picture that is the guy that used to quote unquote kayfabe own Lucha Underground. So I mean, pot meet kettle,
right?
But yeah, so Blake Christian wins. Was that the main? I think they're just saying that was the main event. So did we miss Jeff Hardy showing up?
Did
he get pulled over on his way to the arena and he couldn't
attend? That's not nice.
Doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Oh my guy. I think Jeff's gonna come out now. Challenge Blake Christian.
Bro, no, because I don't want to see Jeff Hardy. For Jeff Hardy's sake, like his well-being as a human being, beyond a pro wrestler, I don't want to see him take another bump, especially in GCW. We're talking light tubes and pizza cutters and
oh my,
girder plates. Oh my. We don't need Jeff Hardy out here taking bumps with this shit.
Right. GCW is the modern day CZW. I don't think ECW was as bad as CZW. I think me and you are both going to agree that GCW kind of falls into that ECW spot.
I halfway see what you're saying, but I don't. I think people, look at ECW with rose-tinted glasses a bit because of its mythos behind it. If you go through and watch all the ECW TV, you're not going to always find,
it was
rosebuds.
Chaos and a shit show a lot of times.
Yeah.
Well, they're chanting MDK, the crowd anyway.
I was going to say, you have plenty of moments throughout ECW that are not bright spots that they very much want to. Who do we got coming up?
We got music.
Jeff Hardy. Oh, so you called it here.
He has a professional appearance after the show tonight. He just stopped in to say hi.
Yeah, the charismatic Alcoholics Anonymous just showed up. Yeah, have at it. Go for it. Come at me. Tell me I'm wrong.
Send your letters to Big Nick at
right. Tell me I'm wrong, and I'll tell you how I'm right.
Bray knows Cody very well, or just as more than anyone else on the roster. I think this is supposed to say.
Is this going back to, well, was it Cody or was it The Miz that was his like superstar when he was Husky Harris and he was trying to come up from NXT there?
I feel like it was The Miz, but I could be wrong. Miz was Brian.
No, Miz with Danielson.
Yeah, Brian. So yeah, you could be correct.
Right, but we've got Jeff Hardy and we've got Blake Christian squaring off in the ring right now, and like honest to God, because I was a huge Jeff Hardy fan. I was the big kid that shouldn't be out there trying to hit swantons on the trampoline and everything like that. But if Jeff Hardy could have kept his shit together, this would be an amazing moment. This is a bit of our generation's RVD.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, he's over as fuck. Like, I mean, that's the one thing that's always sad about the situation is he's super fucking over wherever he goes. He's a legend, and the crowd is loving the fact that he's here. It's great.
Is Jeff Hardy one of?
I'm the fucking
we
champ.
can take this to court. I'll take this to court. Is Jeff Hardy one of the biggest wasted potentials of opportunity? Because this guy had the potential to be the next guy, the alternative guy in WWE.
Oh, Masha wants her belt
Twist
back.
of Fate. When did the Twist of Fate turn into a fucking ripcord stunner?
Right. Well, because he can't flat back it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. That's
that's literally right? It. He can't take a flat back bump.
He can't go flat the way he used to and then pop back up.
But you saw the moments with Hardy and Taker and everything that you saw when he won the world champion, when he was beating Triple H and everything. Like, this guy had the world in his fucking palms.
Yeah.
He Bray Wyatt, he got the whole world. And he just squandered it.
Literally could spend an hour talking about wrestlers who had something and completely fumbled. Right now,
speaking of fumbles! Nick Gage just pulled a Titus O'Neil. He literally just out the gate, just
he came out on fire. And
he kept moving when the legs went. His legs kept moving. The
are we honestly? Is there a chance that we could get a Nick Gage Jeff Hardy match?
Bro, I swear to God, because you know for a fact I said this before we went live, and I sat there and said, if this fucking happens, so help me God, like. This is wee woo more than Ric Flair's last match.
Holy shit!
It's Jeff Hardy versus Nick Gage.
Right.
This is leave your sobriety at home match.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things I heard all night.
There you go. I try to be that way. But yeah, so we
just came out like the fucking boulder in fucking Indiana Jones.
No, Titus O'Neil. He just said, I came in like a wrecking ball. So are we gonna get Jeff Hardy versus Nick Gage? Shut the fuck up if we are. If we are, it is 100% Elizabeth. I'm done. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. I'm getting that shit out the way now because I won't be able to read that shit or say that shit after this.
Oh, dude. And you already know it's going to be a good thing when we're petrified about what Jeff could do. And the other guy staggered through the fucking audience to get here. You're like, this is going to be good.
And y'all got mad at me when I was saying this was a leave sobriety at the door match.
Oh, my God. Dude,
tell me I'm wrong. You might not like it, but to quote CM Punk, tell me when I'm telling lies.
Tell me when I'm telling lies. But it looks like it's just a mutual admiration right now.
Yeah, from one criminal to another.
Wow.
Allegedly, supposedly.
Accurately,
confirmed. They've served time.
Confirmed. It's not a
They've served time.
All right.
Notice how no one's wearing any sort of Jacksonville Jaguars gear, but they're all wearing purple.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff fucking order. Yeah. At this point, I think we're just.
No. This is 100% gratuity and everything here, but I'm entertained. Like, I'm almost baffled of like, this is pro wrestling right now in 2023 of tune in tomorrow night. We're going to have Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso in Tribal Combat and then the whole SummerSlam card. Right now on GCW, in the alternative, we've got Jeff Hardy and Nick Gage sharing a fucking ring together. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just, what the fuck is wrestling in 2023?
Dude, I don't even know, but I'm enjoying a lot of it. Like, again, and I think if you go into the wrestling show with a positive attitude and know that, like, okay, this is going to be fucked up, but I'm going to take the the
I'm gonna
piss out
take
of
the
it,
highs
or
with the highs and the lows with the
yeah,
lows and the vitamins. I'm gonna smoke them.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
see, and if a segment that's supposed to be serious ends up being hilarious, life's good.
Yeah. Oh, like I've said, I'm not fully shitting on this. Like, this wasn't bad. This was a little.
But how
This
smart
is
is
more
it?
fan service than
Right.
anything.
How smart is it? You find out Jeff Hardy's going to be doing a thing nearby or at the same place, and you say, "Hey, man, can you just like come out for 5 minutes and then put him on the cover of your fucking of your show?"
Oh, absolutely. Well, we'll slide you. What's your fee for X amount? We'll have you slide out, and it's literally you're just gonna get praised and applauded. Like, it wasn't bad. It went a lot better than what I thought it could have been.
6.5 for Rampage. Fair enough. Nick Gage versus Jeff Hardy. Oh, the joys. I mean, guys,
I'm glad we didn't get that.
I don't think we're getting that. I hope not.
No. Well, I am off the air with GCW, by the way, as we ended with Jeff Hardy walking amongst the peoples.
Well, there you go. After almost 4 hours live and 3 wrestling shows, we are finally wrapping up. I appreciate the chat, Temple. Don't be afraid to say Chris Benoit. We can appropriate his in-ring work at least.
Nope, that's my personal opinion. If you've been here for any bit of time, I know personally have feelings on that situation. I'll leave it at that.
And I know you and I disagree as far as it's unfortunate because in the ring there's not many that would say a bad thing about him, but outside the ring he was a fucking horrible monster and it's tragic. So yeah, I mean we don't have to get into that. We're at the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that. Happy notes.
Let's not get dark. Man, Jeff Hardy had time to be on AEW and GCW. He hasn't been on AEW. Well, yeah, he was on.
No, he was on tonight. He was on Rampage.
Fuck yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
in case you couldn't tell, Rampage was taped.
That's the tough part with some of the indie shows right now because like even last night we got Ace Bailey on 2 shows. You get Mike Bailey on 2 shows. You get a lot of Masha was on. I've seen Masha 3 times already this weekend.
Fair enough.
So it's just like, oh shit, we're seeing a lot of the same people.
Well, that's at times though, because I know a lot of people. We've talked about this even personally amongst each other and everything. Of we were here watching anything and everything with Wrestler Revolver, House of Glory, all of that, and it's still at times of sometimes shit doesn't sync up properly, just schedule wise and everything like that. And even then, of like we've talked about, like what you talked about right there, of you're at times you're watching a match that might be a week too old. As you're still also watching them, like I think Mike Bailey's one of the first people we watched. Literally, he was wrestling in 2 different promotions at the same time, because that man was on any and every card.
Yeah, no, very much so, man. So I mean, it gets tricky if you watch as much wrestling as we do. Of like,
it's tricky to rock around,
right?
That's right on time.
We skip that one for now. Profits versus Hit Row. We don't need that.
Don't need Hit Row versus anybody.
No, I think I'm kind of over Hit Row. I think we could do without it.
Well, we finally all crossed that line to where like some people in the chat were saying of calling them Skid Row and Shit Row. And that parking lot match is what happens when you tell Jim Cornette you haven't even started his order at Dairy Queen after waiting in the drive-thru for 20 minutes. Amen. Well, God damn it, we didn't order that because we were pulling a fucking bread. We ordered it because we were fucking hungry.
Right? No, what? I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. And again, in a vacuum, fun and chaotic, and a lot of people probably enjoyed themselves tonight. But overall, Rampage has been an interesting dynamic for a while.
In a vacuum, I would go back and rewatch it. Being a wrestling fan, doing what we do and everything, and knowing that this is supposed to continue storylines, no,
not at all. I mean, it kind of kills me when you get the people who will say, "Oh, AEW, the real wrestling," and then you tune into this and you're like, "Oh, what is happening?" Like,
sports entertainment,
like shit. But with all that being said, that was SmackDown, that was Rampage, that was GCW, folks who managed to hang out all the way through that. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Come back tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Summerslam. We are the pre-show to the pre-show, and we're going live, and we don't know when we're gonna stop. It's going to be a fun one, and I can't wait. And like, share, subscribe, click all those links below. Mr. Nick, you got anything else?
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is...
Go.
When you're dealing with Casey, he might fuck it up every now and then, but our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you better put that full life with it.
That was like LA Knight and Sheamus. My bad. See you on the flip side. Good night.
Yeah.